I am sorry. Are you okay?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hey, yo, live chat, power chat. Let me tell y'all
okay?
something, man. The Matador. Ole, ole, ole.
Mozzie want the beat so he could step on it. You a C-class rapper, he's an A-class rapper. We got Jerry back with another. All I can say, stay tuned. Eye emoji, glove emoji, cigarette.
This a Bud vs. Spence performance. I couldn't ignore it. You push my buttons now, gotta cause torment. They know I'm slick like Wink, and I come at you like Foreman. Confident, but keep the underdog spirit like Norman.
Keeping the fucking beat, man.
When Jerry was screaming swing, swing, we was in the chat like what the hell this nigga thinking? Throw them quick jabs, you ain't got no time for blinking. Wanna go to war with his that squabble you been seeking? That uppercut fast in his sting, look how he leaking. Stumbling back to his corner drunk, what he been drinking? Lying like Charlo before the Deuce. I might have to hook on this old dude and get rid of his toupee. Border wars coming up next, I'm packing the suitcase. Vega wanted the scrap, but Big Bay wanted the 2K. This ain't nothing new, man. I'm still sending bangers to the community like Conor Ben vs. Chris Eubank. I think he mad cause I'm styling on him. My footwork like Willie Pep. You better watch your step. Body bag and put your soul to rest. How he a contender? They gon' send the stretcher in for the lender.
Hey, this release 20 seconds. His engineer can make it.
What up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. You already know it is Saturday morning, and we're here to discuss the return of Deontay Wilder. He got a great KO performance yesterday, and the world is saying that he is back, but Wilder actually took to the post-conference, and in that post-fight press conference, he mentioned that he's going to stick to the plan, that he's not going to rush himself, that he's been getting offers for bigger fights, but they're going to stick to the plan, and I love it, man, because you already know Nesta Gibbs has always been recommending the Bum of the Month Club. The Bum of the Month Club, where Wilder can just fight about 10 Tyrell Herndons and, come back, get that confidence back, because that's something that he's been lacking. And in yesterday's performance, I'm not sure that confidence is all the way back, right? So I think it's a matter of him continuing to build and moving forward. But he can follow in that path of the great George Foreman, rest in peace, or Joe Louis, That's kind of what I want him to do. Certainly take his time, certainly stick to the plan, which is get a few tune-ups, work on some things. But, again, Wilder's back. He scored a big KO. It wasn't the type of knockout performances that we're accustomed to from Deontay Wilder, but it was a 7th-round TKO over Tyrell Herndon, who just didn't look like he was on that level. He really wasn't doing much outside of defensively. It looks like he certainly tried to come into that fight not wanting to be knocked out, and that's why the fight went a little bit longer than it should. Now, that's also courtesy of Wilder, right? He wanted to work on some things, and he took his time. But I'm hoping that Wilder embraces the Bum of the Month Club. Take that path like legends before him. George Foreman and Joe Louis, they did it. Rebuild your confidence. Reclaim that killer instinct that I really didn't see in there. He didn't strike me as the killer that we once known. His accuracy also wasn't there. A lot of loopy shots that were going over the head of Tyrell. But the Bronze Bomber is back in the win column, and he is going to stick to the plan. He says he has 3 more fights, or it was a 3-fight plan. So there's nothing big on this 3-fight plan, and I love that. Keep working, keep grinding, get back to what you once were, you know. He has a devastating right hand, but we haven't really seen that. So he needs to work on that before he looks at mega fights with Anthony Joshua, Big Baby Miller, you know, Derek Chisora, Dillian White. I think these fights still have a lot of interest in them. You know, us Wilder fans, those were fights that we've always wanted and never really got. So if you're not tuned in, you know, do so. Call in. Voice your opinion. Let us know what you think about Deontay Wilder's comeback fight and potentially him sticking to the Nestor Gibbs plan of the Bum of the Month Club. I know he only has 3. We need him to add at least another 3. I think a minimum of 6 fights is what's necessary. And we can dial those back or add some more as we see the performances. But yesterday's performance doesn't tell me let's skip the line, let's add a tougher foe. None of that screams, you know, he's ready. So if we don't want to see him knocked out again the way that he was by Tyson Fury and by Zalal Zhang in 2024, we need to let him rebuild. Keep working. Against guys like Herndon, I would like Stanley Wright. Stanley Wright is a good opponent. Jeremiah Milton, who Stanley beat, another good opponent. Jeremiah and Stanley both looked the part. Stanley a bit, he gasses a bit. You know, maybe Wilder's team can put together a decent game plan to go to the body on Stanley, but Stanley possesses the power that maybe he can score a knockdown on Deontay Wilder. Trainer Don House, I didn't really watch it with audio this morning, so, you know, I don't know how well or bad he did, but, you know, Herndon did his job. He was a journeyman with a few losses to prospects like Richard Torres, so he was carefully selected. And it aligns with what I'm looking at for the Bum of the Month Club. So, you know, credit to Team Wilder for finding the right opponent. But they can step it up slightly and give Wilder names while giving them winnable opposition. You know, we didn't know Tyrell. And I don't know how good or bad that was. People online are making fun of the fact that there is a illegal stream that has more views than what was in attendance. I mean, now that's obviously the truth because that video is now at over 250,000 views. So Wilder still has a significant interest and, you know, drawing power in boxing. Not only is the internet talking about him, but he brought people out. There were women dressed up. It was an event. So, you know, listen, I didn't invent the term Bum of the Month Club. It originated with Joe Louis, who defended his heavyweight title 25 times. 25 times. And often it was against lesser opponents just to stay active and sharp. And that's what I'm asking of Wilder. Joe Louis did it. He's a legend. George Foreman did it after losing to Muhammad Ali. When he embarked on his comeback, what did he do? Same thing. Fighting a bunch of dudes that nobody ever heard of, fighting journeymen, fighting guys that weren't even anywhere close to gatekeepers to regain that confidence that Wilder has lost, as did George. And that's why George reached out to him. Remember, when George was alive, he reached out to Wilder. He said, look, I know what you've been through. And he could have gave him this path a long time ago. But hopefully Wilder, like he said in the post-fight press conference, sticks to it. But let's get to that audio before we move forward. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Shout out Fight Hype with the video.
Next, we got a plan that we had set for this whole year, and we're gonna stick with it. You know, we're getting a lot of calls to do this, to have this big fight, to have. You know, when you're in the heavyweight division, you're always one fight away from a title fight. You know, and we just want to push it. We want to take our time, just like I did tonight. I took my time. You know, and we're gonna do it with the return as well. Just taking our time, continue to do what we need to do until we feel like we're ready to take it back over again.
And where do you see yourself going next?
Definitely love what I'm hearing in terms of, you know, taking their time with it. They have a plan for this year, and they're gonna stick to it. And I love what they're doing, man. You know, Wilder could really get back to where he once was if he just sticks to the plan. Stick to the plan. You know, Wilder's 39 years old, so he's perfect to jump into that category of winning a world title after 40. Put yourself in there with B-Hop, with George Foreman, and maybe Pacquiao. I think Pacquiao already did it. So, you know, follow these paths. They were here before you. You don't have to invent the wheel. Just rediscover the path that was already there. Find that devastating knockout power. You know, go down that yellow brick road. Talk to the Wizard of Oz. Get that right hand back. And it's all good. And he didn't really do that. He didn't really find that right hand. He did have a good jab. You know, flicking jab, pawing jab, but I didn't like seeing him go backwards with the jab. He still doesn't have his confidence. Like, there were times where Herndon made him nervous defensively and the way that he would jump back, still jumping back in a straight line. So, you know, I just want him to stick to the script, stick to the path, keep doing it. You know, Foreman's comeback, bro, he fought George Clooney. I mean, George Clooney isn't known for anything but that, but like fighting and losing to, you know, George Foreman, right? So why can't Wilder fight some guys like Jeremiah Milton and Stanley Wright? Like you know, eventually he'll get where he needs to go, man. But if you want to call in and voice your opinion, now is the time. We are opening up the phone lines. We got a couple of polls going on here on a live chat, Power Chat on YouTube. We do have one poll going. Is the bum of the month path right for Wilder? Perfect for building confidence. 49% chose that option. Risky needs. Oh, I fucking put that by mistake. I meant to put risky, could lose to a bum, 7%. 38% said won't help him improve, he's washed. And 6% says work for Foreman, so yes. And we have another poll on our community page where we're asking similar question, trying to figure out what the streets actually think of the comeback, and can he actually bounce back like a Foreman or a Lewis? So we got 38% says Wilder needs more fights. 28% says he might lose to one of those bums. 23% says too old to make a run. And 11% say Foreman and Lewis did it. Of course Wilder can. So very few people believe that Wilder can make that run. But we got some comments to say anything is possible, but it doesn't look like likely for Wilder. That was hard to watch. And, you know, I get what he's saying. You know, it wasn't vintage Wilder at all, but I did like the jab. I just think he needs to work on getting hit or seeing punches come at him. I don't like the way that he's reacting when he sees the punches come at him. You know, he immediately goes into that high guard, which you can loop around, or he just jumps straight back, which I don't like. But, you know, I got one more poll to get to, then we're going to get to the phone lines. Here on Discord, we got, is Wilder back after the Herndon KO? And what we got is 7% only say vintage bronze bomber. 7% say decent but not elite. 29% say barely needs more fights. 50% say nope, he's washed. And 7% say too early to tell. And shout out to the optimistic people that think it's too early to tell. You know, continue to get some new data, right? It's his first fight back after, you know, many devastating losses via knockout. You know, the confidence obviously isn't there and needs to be built. So anybody being overly critical is just, I don't know, a hater. Machine Gun, Matt Garces, $5. Wilder was punching like he forgot to pay the light bill. Ness, empty battery emoji. Reactions to getting hit, not as bad, but still concerning. Wilder needs stricter training. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I wish we could see him with an elite level trainer like JD's. Even the guy he fired, Mark Breland, Malik Scott, Don House, like, bro, those guys are not like a Freddie Roach, a Robert Garcia, you know, someone that's been doing this shit for years, putting it in. Ronnie Shields, why didn't he go to Ronnie? Go buy a house in Houston. It's cheap as hell for a rich guy like you. Couple $100,000, he got a nice big house, and he could train with Ronnie, a heavyweight legend, you know? Ronnie's been training heavyweights forever. You know, I don't know if Philip Hergovich has left Ronnie, but Ronnie has Philip or had Philip. Yeah, he needs a true heavyweight trainer on that level. Someone that they're not gonna have him comfortable too, like he's training in his house. It's just too much shit. But hey, some could say he's training in the house, so he's always training. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Matt Bet 100, pound for pound, #1 on the chat, and he's on that champ level. Plus, he sent the $2. Daily Dose of Tanquil, Schofield slaps up Tevin tonight. Bones 13, $2. Was Wilder the co-main? More fights? We're on after? I don't know, man. I went to sleep. That shit was acting up. I caught the stream in the morning. Adrian, $2. No one is fixing Wilder's habits. Way too late. Yeah, because he doesn't have an elite level trainer, you know, that makes that money and is going to be like, yo, bro, you doing this, that wrong. Like, when you got dudes that need Wilder, you know, a Derek James doesn't need Wilder. A Robert Garcia doesn't need Wilder. There's plenty of trainers out here that don't need Wilder to eat. You know, those are the type of trainers he needs to seek out because those are the ones that are going to tell him the truth. But, you know, his recent performances, they showed that he's on a decline, a huge decline, and he needs to, you know, definitely work on that. The jab and the left hook were effective, but it's the defense. It's punches coming at him that he doesn't look right. Malcolm. That right hand just didn't have the snap of the pass. It didn't have the crispiness. The accuracy wasn't there. He's just not used to throwing it, man, and landing it like that he used to. There was supreme confidence in that right hand at one point. Malcolm, Allen.
What's good, Ness?
What up?
Chilling. Yeah, man, I was watching some of the fight. I kind of got in on the third round last night, and then it really don't look like Wilder has learned anything in like the past 5 years. I know it's a joke about his legs, but the man doesn't use his legs at all. Like, he's always high. He's always going straight back, like you said. Like, just straight headshots the whole time. Like, he was flicking the jab out, but it really wasn't there to do shit. And you're trying, like, he's trying to carry like he was trying to get rounds in. Like, no, bro, you were trying to knock his head off and you just couldn't hit the target. Like you was throwing that, he was throwing that right hand hard as hell. He was just missing. So it wasn't like he was trying to get rounds. Like no, you was clowning. You had him hurt for a minute, but you couldn't get the knockout. And even though the fight was stopped, like the dude was basically just tired. He was outsized, outgunned, outclassed, and he still couldn't get the job done. No body shots. Like not, I watched probably like 4 rounds of it. I don't think I saw one body shot. Like you got this dude dead in the water. He's tired. He's falling over, and you don't throw a body shot. It like his I don't know, man. Like he's a good athletic fighter who was blessed with a lot of talent, but I don't know if he's ever truly respected the game to study. Like, why are you so high? Like, why don't you ever drop into a shot? Why don't you like no slips? I don't have we ever seen him duck a punch? I know he's tall, but that's no excuse for you not to use your legs. Like he can drop and crowd that dude's space, get in high guard, crowd his space, start walking to him. Like I don't know if he'll ever be great again or on that level. I would like to see him fight like a Richard Torres, a young dude who's smaller. He gets tired too, but I feel like that would be a good final fight for Wilder. If not,
Yeah, I'm glad you said final because I was about to say that's way too soon right now based off what I seen. That's just way too soon.
yeah, or Joshua. I feel like both of those dudes just lost their
I think another
kind of
good
love for the
fight for
game.
him. It just might look ugly, but the dude's tall, keeps his hands down. Skylar Lacey. Wilder should be able to land that right hand on Skylar, even though Skylar is definitely a nasty looking. Like his fights, they're so weird, but he's open enough that right hand should land. He's lazy with his hands, so maybe Wilder can clip him.
But nonetheless, like why weren't you able to land that shot, man? It's like he gets, even though he's a grown man, like he's immature in the ring. Like he starts to do immature things once he realizes he has you beat. Like to me, I would have liked to see him go to the body. I know as far as trainers go,
You know
I
who
don't
else
necessarily.
too?
I'm not a.
I seen
What's
Kingsley
that?
eBay, the dude Jared fought on Top Rank. I seen he got active this week, or he got a fight this week or last week. I promise you,
Yeah,
Kingsley eBay, the insurance dude. That's another good dude. He got the right look for TV and for the fans. He looked like he could fight. He got the body. He ain't no Olympian. So we keep
yeah,
working.
yeah. I mean, he still got his name. He's uh, still Deontay Wilder. But we need to see him just sharpen up on some stuff. As far as trainers go, there's a guy who's been, putting it out there that he really wants to train people. He was excellent classical boxer, Antonio Tarver. He doesn't train anybody. Um, he can focus on Wilder strictly. A lot of these
I
guys, like
think
when they
he's
do
been. I
have like
think
big,
these dudes that want to train fighters, they want to train them from a negative place because it's like you've had. I'm not saying him particularly, but
and I'll throw the counter punch, but go ahead.
I'm not saying Tarver in this instance was negative towards Wilder. I don't know. What I do know is he's been overly critical of other fighters, so it doesn't. I wouldn't put it past what he might have said that could get him burnt in the eyes of Wilder. Like, I ain't fucking with that dude. He said I look like a deer in headlights, or he said I was looking like a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Because
But
I feel
sometimes,
like
oh, go
Tarver
ahead.
is very critical.
And I understand why, but sometimes as a fighter, you got to put your ego aside and ask yourself, is it true? Is what he said true? And if the results showed during that fight that was true what he said, it's like you can't get too mad because people saw what they saw. Like I didn't see him throw any body shots last night, and that's
Word.
crazy to me. Like Like that is absolutely crazy. I didn't see you like use your legs at all. Like you just stand too tall for
He was
no
standing
reason.
tall and he was like very flat footed, but he cut the ring off well. I don't know if it was more him or fear from Herndon.
Yeah, that guy was, man, just looked like he was shit. He should have been at like 175. Like that dude just looked
Yeah,
little in there.
he
Like just
looked
extra.
very small, outgunned, outmatched for sure.
Okay, and I was
But
gonna
this
say I
what it was
signed up
supposed
Jacob
to be
before the
though.
wars.
It's supposed to be that. Like because this is about Wilder. It's not about the opponent. It's about bringing him back.
Yeah, but as exactly, but I still didn't see like any improvements, I guess. Like I don't even know if it was enough of a test to really see any improvements. And even then, it's like, bro, like I said, why didn't you go to the body? Like you were going for the kill, and it's an excuse that you were trying to get rounds. Like you threw that big ass right hand plenty of times, and the dude was just slipping, just very, yeah.
But
But
that's why we need
other than
10
that,
fights. That's why we need 10 fights. We gotta work. All right, we didn't go to the body. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna try and implement that in the next
yeah,
fight. And in the next fight, there'll be
yeah,
more criticism, and then we work on that. He gotta
yeah. That's
stick
what I
to the
want to see,
plan,
though.
man. He could do it, bro.
Yeah,
It's
that's
only 39. Look at Manny Pacquiao coming back at 46, bro. Like you could certainly do it if you stick to the plan. Don't let people take
you
you
got to
out the
push that
plan.
ego aside and be open to, like you said, learning. I don't think he necessarily needs a big trainer. I just think he
I
needs to
think he
be
needs
open.
that.
Because man, these
I
trainers
think
at these levels,
the
they're
thing
they're all
is,
good, man.
yeah, but the thing is, a trainer that's not a name trainer needs Wilder financially, so they're gonna take Wilder's schedule, Wilder's, direction. It needs to be a dude like Derrick James, like, nah, motherfucker, you gotta fly over here. Nah, motherfucker, I got other
Yeah,
superstars. You not a superstar no more. Like,
yeah.
he
But
needs
did
a
he do that
reality
with
check.
Ryan?
Hell yeah, he did that with
I
Ryan.
feel like
Ryan and
okay,
AJ had to fly to Houston.
okay, because I feel like that's why Ryan didn't look too sharp his last fight.
Nah,
Because he
Ryan
probably
didn't.
wasn't in the
That
gym with
last
Derek.
fight, he did some time in San Diego. That's on him again. That's on a fighter you don't
Exactly.
want to
That's
come
what I'm
fuck with the
saying.
trainer.
Yeah, like I don't feel like he was in the gym with Derek like he should have been. Like shit. As soon as his last fight ended, he should have been in Dallas the whole time. But that's a whole different discussion. But I was gonna say I signed Jacob up for Border Wars, so that's locked in. Saw last night. He's gonna be there. And this is an off the topic subject. For any coaches out there, man, when people come to spar, stop lying about people's experience, man. Like that shit is weird and it's unnecessary, man. Like if you know your guy has fights or they've been training a certain amount of time, like don't lie about this shit, man. Especially when it's video to show that.
Yeah, that's
And,
crazy.
yeah,
That's crazy.
man, very, very crazy. Shit happened to me the other day, man. And it's like I'm looking at I don't know what they call sparring, but when somebody's standing across from you with a headgear on trying to hit you and punch you, it don't matter if they're from your gym, like that's sparring. Like and it's like you can tell when somebody like I had a dude say this kid never sparred before. We all know what a first timer looks like. Ain't no way this was the first timer. He's got a Reyes kit on. And you know how you graduate with your fight gear.
Yeah.
He got a Reyes kit on. You know what I mean? Like that's like having a Beamer for your first car and say you never drove. Like either your parents got bread or you graduated to that. But yeah, all the coaches listening, stop doing that shit, man. But that's
Yeah,
all I got. Ness. I'll send you the count on
for
YouTube.
sure. Hey man, you gotta build relationships in this business, man, so that you can trust the trainer and you're not gonna get, duped like that. Alex Vagey, what up?
Hey, whoa, nasty. Come on now. Good morning.
What up?
Yeah, man. I think it's unfortunate we didn't stay on.
I
Listen for
I
how
was
bad
I,
all that was.
I was
I'm not gonna
good.
lie. I enjoyed the fight.
Yeah, I was good watching it this morning.
Word, yo, 30. I think it was like up to 30,000 were live stream, man. Shout out YouTube, bro. Bad for you that guy's channel. because it'll probably get shut down. But it was good for us because, yeah, I mean that was not worth $1 of my money. But I enjoyed it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It was, you know, why I enjoyed it? Because not only how terrible the undercard was, all right, because that was just complete crap. But my expectations were so low of Wilder. I thought he was gonna look like complete crap, and he didn't. He didn't look like complete crap. Now, does he look like he's ready to conquer, or to some people's eyes and opinion, reconquer? Probably not. But I saw a pretty nice check left hook. I saw a pretty decent jab. I saw a guy gaining confidence as the fight went. And I saw a guy win. Um, I'm not gonna say the term you're saying, but yet he needs tune up after tune up. I hope they bring him back fast. Let's do
Bro,
a
you don't
six,
gotta be
maybe two straight,
afraid.
2 months.
You don't have to be afraid to talk
Afraid?
history.
No,
That's
no, that's
history. That's history.
afraid of what?
It sounds like you're
No,
afraid to
no, no,
talk
no. Yeah,
history.
but history changes. We learn. We get better. We don't stay the same as history as time goes on. We get better, man. It's tune up of the quarter, baby. That's what we're gonna do now, man. We're gonna give him time to rest because he kept mentioning Deontay, kept mentioning how he's been dealing with a rotator cuff for 4 years. And that's why he can't keep his hands up. He didn't keep his hands up. Well, shit, he must still have a rotator cuff injury because them hands are still down. He's still looking pretty stiff. And I'll say this: his balance look a little bit better, but saw it once the right hand actually started landing. It was the same Wilder we've known for years. Get a little crazy, clubbing
Yep.
that right. Yo, you're 6'7". Why are you throwing the right hand from 7 feet up?
He's always
You know what
doing
I mean?
hammer fists
But
too. They still ain't correct the hammer fist. He was hitting that dude in the back of the head, punching down like he's on that arcade game in fucking Chuck E. Cheese, whack-a-mole or some shit. That's nasty, bro. I can't believe technically they can't fix that. Like he still resorts
Well,
to
that's
like
what it
street
is. They're
fights.
trying. I think you're not going to fix it at 39 years old. Sorry, but the point is to keep him calm. And for what'd you say? Would you say the first 5-6 rounds he was kind of calm? At least about 5 rounds, right?
Yeah, I mean
I give him
it
that.
was Tom and Jerry, right?
Yo, Herndon did not come to win. Herndon, I mean, bro, when did he land his first punch? Like round 3, it felt like,
When he
with a
got
right
dropped.
hand.
Nah, wasn't it when he got dropped? He tried to throw the left hook. They left hooked each other and he fell.
Yeah, they did exchange left hooks, and I honestly think Herndon had the better punch there, but obviously, because Wilder hit him like his shoulder, his chest, and went straight to the ground. But
that shit looked like a chin shot to me, homie.
nah, man, you got to rewatch that, bro. I'm telling you, slow it down. That was not a clean shot, but he definitely, I mean, it dropped him. Yeah, we got to get better with these opponents, man. I think I like the Skylar Lacey one because Lacey. He's gonna come to grapple, throw you over the top rope, whatever he got to do. He's gonna come forward at least. Why not the old dude, Michael Balogun? This is nasty. Wilder's really falling off, huh? The dude that Atama just knocked out, 40 plus, out of shape. That guy came forward and got knocked out by a check right hook. That's why I want to see a little bit of resistance, at least a little bit. That way we can figure out what Wilder is. All right, for sure.
I feel like that's a little bit too much in the sense that there's too much pressure, right? He has to now get this knockout over Mike Balogun because Moses Atama, the next Mike Tyson, did it. I think we stay away from those. I like the Jeremiahs, the Stanley Wrights, Jeremiah Milton, Skylar Lacey's. Curtis Harper is too dangerous right now, but maybe fight number 6, or it depends how he looks. But yeah, right now we need we need less pressure, and I think it's too much pressure on his shoulders to go in there trying to do what Atoma did. Because that's going to be there. That comparison is going to be there naturally. Malcolm, I would stay away from those. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, my audio good?
Yep.
Hey, shout outs to Boxing Voice. Shout outs to you, Ness. And shout outs to Vega and the previous caller, man. Very good points, man. Oh man, Wilder. Pulled off the victory. You know, another good knockout. Damn, I'm trying not to be harsh, but he looked awful, straight up. Like, I just don't like how he looks, you know. Jab looked decent. Like everybody else is saying, I tried to count the amount of body shots, and I didn't even go to like one. Like, I can't even remember him throwing a single body shot, and it was pissing me off. You know, you're the Bronze Bomber.
Saturday, July 5th.
Demolition. What the fuck? Hey, Saturday. But nah, Bronze Bomber. Bombs, demolition. Anybody who does any kind of demolition work, you start from the base. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna open up those right hands up top. Any kind of body shots would have just opened him up, and he just doesn't do it, and it pisses me off. I don't know about anybody else. I seen his left hand, he low key, or his left arm, he low key keeps it a little flared out, open for body shots. You know, his defense was looking a little iffy. Throwing right hooks all the way, like Vegas said, all the way from across the ring. I would have loved if he was a little closer and he was able to just shorten up his shots. And he started just lunging in. As soon as he'll get a nice little shot, he's doing the same shit he did. You remember when he was doing like the Euro step with Stavern and he was smothering his work? Like, he started doing that, and I'm like, bro, you know, like, I miss the old Wilder. I don't think we're ever gonna give it back. See, I'm listen, that whole Bum of the Month tour thing, I'm cool with it, but he's gonna need that for a while, man. And the way I predict this, you know, as harsh as it sounds, I think he's gonna get all these guys or lesser opposition, you know, journeyman cab drivers, or however you want to call it, without using that other word. He's gonna get them, and the moment he gets a tough fight, he's just gonna go down bad. I don't see him coming back to the top. I don't see him beating any big names. Yes, he could beat like a Lacey, you know. Stanley, no, he could beat Stanley, right? You know, I don't see too many issues with that. But just any other names that I don't see him winning, man. And it's sad. But what I do say is, at least Wilder's saying, you know, he's acknowledging that he has to, you know, slow it down and come back slowly. You know, it's kind of like we always say, like, it's somebody who's recovering from alcoholism. Once you admit it, that you have a drinking problem, that's the first step. You know, so this is kind of the first step with Wilder. You don't technically get sound like that in one or two fights. It's just thousands on thousands on thousands of rounds, you know, so he could definitely get better, you know, but I hope he gets better, and I hope I'm wrong, and then a Wilder fan could call into the show talking about Malcolm don't know shit about boxing. You know, prove me wrong, you know, but I see him just going outside the moment he steps up. And I think that's all I really got to say. But, hey, it's fight night, you feel me? A nigga got his Modelo's in the fridge. You already know, man, I'm going to cook up some shit later. And I'm mostly looking forward to the Kid Austin fight. I'm going to be real. And I'm about to chef up some parlays, man. To keep it real, man, I'm going to bet on the Jake Paul knockout, and I'm going to put money on Kid Austin getting a knockout. Sounds like a stretch? Because I don't think – no, Tevin Farmer's been stopped before, if I'm right. But I have Kid Austin just pulling it off, man. I think Tevin Farmer's is he's pretty much been going through the gulag, and I feel like time is really getting at him, you know. And, yes, Kid Austin is inexperienced, but between the power and yeah, that man can fucking crack, man. He's pretty explosive, and he got some really good hand speed, man. I just feel like it's going to make all the difference. But, you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm going to put my money up on that. But shout out to the Boxing Boys. And next, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to the community. I'm going to keep tuning in.
I appreciate you.
He's in no condition to continue out.
If you're watching this on X live streaming video, don't forget to hit that hit that retweet, repost so we can get some new eyeballs on the show. Right now, we got about 157 on X live streaming video. Very low. I don't like that, man. Hit that retweet, repost. If you're listening on X Spaces, I need that retweet, repost. I see you on Twitch. Can I get them follows so I get over them 100 views? And here on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and the subscribe. We got Mick. Welcome to the prospect level. Matt with the $2 TBV. The gig is up. Wilder, too many flaws. Wishing on a star.
I'm wishing on a star.
It's all right, buddy. This is the first tune-up. We just started, bro. We just started. Nothing, like I said, Joe Louis, George Foreman. Wilder could do it. They did it. Wilder could do it. Joe Louis, George Foreman. Nothing wrong with, taking your time. Taking your time, man. He's just got to improve a little bit. And I think he did. Versus Parker, he landed 39 punches. We seen him land more punches last night. But I need your thoughts, man. How effective would the Bum of the Month Club be for Wilder, knowing that it worked for Joe Louis and George Foreman? It worked for both of those dudes to rebuild their confidence. Foreman was in the slumps after that Ali loss. He took that Bum of the Month Club and came back. Sometimes you just need to crack a motherfucker in the chin to get your confidence back. Phone lines are open, though. We got Mr. PBC on the check-in. What up? We got...
Yo, can you hear me?
Nope.
You can't. Yeah, you can. Man, two things for certain. One thing for sure. Wilder's back, man. Let's go. I would definitely like to see him come back with Cassius Chaney. He was being bigged up for a minute and then he just fell off. And he looks like he's just taking punches. He's like Iran right now. Just missiles can be thrown at him. He ain't gonna throw nothing back. And I definitely know one thing for certain. Nez, name me two black fighters right now that we can put together that'll be a mega fight.
AJ and Wilder.
That's it. I've been trying to tell a lot of these nappy-headed people back in the back.
Bud and Javon.
No, bigger. It's gonna be bigger than Wilder, AJ.
No.
Yeah, all right. So we all know Wilder AJ is gonna be big. I think he needs 3 more fights. Just like AJ needs to come back to a decent little fight. These both dudes are kind of broken. Let's keep it real. They're
AJ
like
less
Toy
broken,
Story,
though. AJ's less broken though.
Hey, okay, but they're like Toy Story. Niggas ain't playing with them like that. More. They're not like the action figures that are really.
That was funny.
Selling and shit.
That was really.
So
funny.
I mean, I think that's how it should be. Cassius Chaney, Curtis Harper. I mean, let's put them in there a little bit, slowly, gradually. But Cassius Chaney to me is a decent fight coming back.
Negative.
Don't you think?
Hell no, bro.
You think that's a hard one?
Bro, Chaney has legit power. All his knockouts have been viral. Like all of them.
Okay.
He's got legit
There was
power.
a fight he had. I could have sworn there was a fight he had where he didn't throw shit.
Yeah, might not have thrown
he
shit, but he still got power though.
He just got beat up on. So all right, I think we should keep on doing this Black Prime shit. Obviously, that's where people go to get a warm up. Bud did it. So I mean, let's keep it going, man. I mean, I like his balance. He looks like he's getting better with his balance. His jab, he's keeping up the jab. He's setting things up with the jab. But he still fights like like he's about to get jumped by like 4 niggas. So there's nothing wrong with what he does, because that's what he does. Come on, Ness. I mean, you've been to his camp multiple times.
Nah, his jab is there. He got to learn to throw that right hand again. Yeah, I like Kenny Porter. That's the perfect trainer.
Kenny Porter.
Perfect trainer.
Kenny Porter. And if we gotta keep it real, sometimes you gotta go with the dude that beat you. Sometimes you gotta go with their trainer. What's his name? Sugar, what's his name? Tyson Fury's trainer. I mean, didn't Oscar De La Hoya do it? I mean, he went with the dudes that beat him. Right, Ness?
Oh yeah. He joined Floyd.
So, I mean, why not Deontay Wilder go with him? Two dudes, Kenny Porter and that dude, they will slap the shit out of you if you doing dumb shit. I think that's what Wilder needs. He just needs somebody who's going to be tough. Turn the heat up in the motherfucking training camp. You know? Just whip the nigga around a little bit. Make him realize he ain't that guy. I think he just don't need nobody who could say yes. He needs someone who could say no. He needs to work on his core. I've been saying that. Lift some shit up,
You may feel like
put
it's
it
your
back
time,
down.
but it's not your time.
That's my goal.
All right, all right. If you're watching this on X live streaming video, don't forget to hit the retweet, repost. If you're listening on X, hit the retweet, repost. Halt, hit the retweet, repost. James, hit the retweet, repost. Matt Bet, I see you. Retweet, repost. Quan, I see you. Retweet, repost. Let's go. Lethal.
Audio check.
Straight?
It's my voice. My voice. How I sound?
Nah,
My
you
voice.
good. You good.
Yeah. It was me, man. Yeah, man. It's me, the ambassador of the great state of Tennessee. It's your boy James Payne, Mr. Lethal himself. And like I know, the best part of waking up, man, TBV in my cup, man. Shout out to Folgers, but I'm a Maxwell House sipper, man. Hey, man, buenos dias, man. Good morning, my brother. How you feeling, man? You feeling good? I see you getting your steps in.
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Up and at 'em. Working.
Hey, I
Bless.
love the sound of it. Hey, absolutely, man. I can see it. I can see it all the way from here, man. Hey, man. So salute to Deontay Wilder for getting the dub, man. It's good to get you back in the winning column and out of the losing column. I'm gonna be honest on my critiques. Man. I think we need to go ahead and get him his last cash out fights. And I think we need to do it like now. Cause it ain't gonna get no better. There's no improvements that can be made. He is what he is. He's been that. And I mean, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, man. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get what you get. You're gonna get what you get. You just always got the hope that he gonna land a right, but he ain't gonna be able to set it up against this new crop of heavyweights that's coming up, man. These guys are wicked with skill. He's like, damn. It's hard to imagine that man had 10 plus title defenses and I mean, my God, there was a time he was the most feared heavyweight on the planet, man. And as I look at him, I still want to see the Dillian White fight. I still want to see the AJ fight. I think that them two fights could make them some big bank. Man, let's get him out of these arenas. Why the fuck was he in Kansas? The arena was empty. Why? What the fuck was that?
Somebody paid, man. Probably the arena paid.
Whatever.
You know it's a
dog.
site fee.
Man,
you know you gonna shop it around yo, I got Deontay Wilder. I could bring him here. How much you giving me?
But goddamn, no, bro. That's Deontay Wilder, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man, and I think Deontay's biggest bags are overseas. Honestly, I think
but we not looking for money right now, my bro. We following in the footsteps
what
of.
improvements can you make? Ness, it's a route, bro. You see what it is.
What you
he's
mean? The jab
bro.
was on point and the left hook was on point.
He was jabbing.
And the left hook.
I remember a time where that jab was popping a lot more. It was literally like a piston.
Bro, we getting back.
The piston
we getting
jab.
back. How many knockouts and losses in the last 5 fights?
It was nothing but framing and bridging, bro. He was searching for him, and Henry was getting work in. Why was that man in? It was the motherfucker that just beat that dude, beat him in 2 rounds. Wilder dropped what's his name in 1 fucking round.
But it's not your time.
Man, illest, trillest, dopest boxing podcast in the galaxy, man. James Payne Lethal, I'm out.
If you are watching this on X live streaming video, hit that retweet, repost, X Spaces, same thing. YouTube, thumbs up, notification bell, Big Gucci Nick, New York. What up?
What up, gang?
Chilling.
Yeah, man. Um, that Wilder trip, man. Yeah, when you ended three, man, I pretty much went to bed. That fucking 11 fight card was crazy, bro. I mean, I looked up how much Wilder got paid, bro. He got paid like 350, I think. I don't know how accurate it is, but damn, the fucking spread out 11 fights. I wonder how much them dudes got paid. Um, but yo, yeah, I've seen prelims more exciting than that, bro. That shit should have been free. I agree with Vega. I wouldn't have paid $1 for that shit, bro. Um, but Ness, how the bum of the month club taking him into deep waters, man? You feel me? Like seventh round for a dude like that. Shit, I can't even think of who I want him to fight, bro.
We
Because anyone
working.
relevant,
This the first
huh?
fight back. We working, bro. How many losses did he have in the last 6 or 5 fights, bro?
I mean, shit. I feel you, man, but like shit at 39 and he's still doing the same goddamn thing, bro. He ain't showing any signs of him picking up any new tricks, bro. So I don't know how many bums you gonna give him to get better, but shit. But look, if he could start a pod on Twitter, bro, tagging AJ, calling him a mate and all that shit, AJ would take that fight, bro. After that performance, shit,
Bro,
why
it's
not?
too
It's easy.
soon. What in the hell? We don't want AJ right now.
I mean, when you gonna take him, he's gonna be 40 years old next year, bro.
Yeah, and Pacquiao is 46 going for a world title. George was 44 when he beat Michael Moore. Like, relax, fams. We just
But
39. We not in a rush. He said he's sticking to the plan. No rush, man.
yeah, but you don't want AJ to fucking retire. AJ might not
Fuck,
run his career past
fuck
38,
AJ.
bro.
Fuck
He might.
AJ. Fuck AJ. Usyk already ready for circus fights. He already talking about
What?
fighting Jake.
Yo, bro, fuck AJ. You know what kind of bag that represents, bro? Yo, look,
Bro,
I
Usyk
know
is
it's
a
all
bigger bag. I just reported Usyk made what 130 something million. Usyk is a bigger bag, bro. Wake up and smell the coffee of Turkey Al Sheikh.
bro. You don't believe you don't want him to fight at AJ,
I
but
do
you
want him
think
to
he could
fight
just sneak
AJ.
it,
We just
bro?
ain't rushing to it. Of course, I want him to fight. We just ain't rushing. He didn't look ready for AJ, bro. And AJ just got knocked out. Let's let AJ get back too.
He didn't look ready for any of the top 10, man.
You right.
I
That's
mean,
why I'm telling you we need more fights.
that's the thing though. Like,
We
we was
want
expecting
Stanley
to see.
Wright. We want Stanley Wright. We want Jeremiah Milton. We'll take Skylar Lacey. You know, we'll take Easley King Bay. King Bay Easley, whatever, the one Jared fought. We'll take all those guys.
Shit, man. If he's gonna be doing that, he's gonna have to have a fight every month, like you said, because at
Twice a month.
39, bro.
Twice a month. I mean, that's what I would want. Twice a month. Knock these
See the
motherfuckers over.
difference.
But
See the difference between him and
they doing too big of a production. You know what I'm saying? They doing wilder fights. He need to jump on cards, bro. Go around the world every 2 weeks, knock a motherfucker head off, get that confidence back. That's how
yeah, you know,
what's that dude named James Kirkland was doing. Gotta get that
Wilder's one
confidence.
of those. Wilder's one of those dudes, man. He ain't gonna hop on an undercard. I'm telling you, man.
Hell
But yeah,
yeah.
man, that's my call, man.
Hell yeah, Z Pacino, Ricardo Brown. But that's the thing, my dude. You think in small time, he'll never be undercard. Any little car he go to, they'll change the whole goddamn thing if Wilder say, I'm trying to jump on your car. And he remains affordable. He got to look at it like, I'm just trying to get active. This ain't about money. The money going to come with the Turkey Al Sheikh bag. You know. He said, get your pro card and fight him. Y'all so funny, man. Y'all like laughing at people's careers. Hawk, Maryland.
Yo.
Yeah.
PBV #1. How you doing that?
Yeah.
So,
What up? I'm feeling good, champ. How are you, Hawk? My bad.
Oh, Yeah, I'm all right, man. Let me make this thing right here, right quick. So, yeah, so I saw Wild last night, the ex WBC champion, 10 title defense, over 10, and his opponent. I don't know if he threw any punches in the first 2 rounds, but Wilder needs a trainer.
Yep.
He needs a trainer. Wilder needs a trainer. He's gonna have to fight somebody on the level he just fought. He does not throw any body shots. He had a good jab. He's got a good jab, but
And
then he
hook.
gets yeah, he had a good hook, but with the jab, he's throwing it so much that if the other dude had a pulse and threw a right hand over top, he would have caught Wilder a couple of times. But Wilder just refuses or don't remember to throw body shots. I didn't see not one body. That boy was ready to go in round 3. I mean, he's going to have to take more fights. He's going to take more fights like this. I wouldn't stick him in the ring with
anybody.
Hey, Ness, I'm telling you this right now. I would bet on Jake Paul if that fight happened. I'm going with Jake right now. I'm
Damn,
sorry.
Hawk, you hurting our feelings.
I'm sorry, man. When it did get to when they was getting ready when they got to where they was scuffling, when they, he grabs, he puts you in a headlock. He was doing some kind of chop down punch like a hammer fist in the UFC on the guy a couple times. I don't like his reaction to when they get in the mix. You know what I mean? He got kind of wildish. He got to doing that stuff. He needs a trainer, man. He needs a trainer that will be straight up truthful with him and stern with him. I think that last trainer he had, Malik Scott, man, I really didn't like him training Wilder. He got Wilder on another man. The trainer that he fired had him firing that right hand.
Word.
The dude that used to be the champ. He was a bad motherfucker with his right hand. What's his name?
Mark
Wilder
Breland?
fired him. Mark Breland. Mark Breland had that 1-2 shot when he was coming up. He was tearing people up with that. And Wilder took it straight from him. He don't do that step 1-2 no more. He does have a quality jab, but if you keep jabbing at somebody like he was doing, sooner or later somebody's gonna come over the top. The opponent he had just had no heartbeat. Anyway, TBB #1. He's gonna have to train though. He's gonna have to get a better trainer.
All right, champ. All right. That's what I want, man. That's what I want. Better trainer, man. Damn. Michael, what up? What up, Michael? How are you?
I'm all good, yeah.
I'm good, brother.
Another thing. Maybe Dave Allen? Dave Allen is here after
I think
a
he's
win?
too much right now, bro. You kidding me? Dave
No,
Allen.
man.
You
No.
seen what Dave Allen did? What did he just knock out somebody with the body shot? Come on, man. He's too aggressive right now, bro. Couple fights.
And look the guy out that he's only actually in the ring.
I wouldn't even put
because his dad
Wilder in.
orders a big Chinese.
I wouldn't even put Wilder in with Huey Fury right now, bro.
Oh, Hugh Fury would wipe the floor with Dave Allen.
No, I said I wouldn't
And
put
Johnny
Wilder.
Fisher.
I wouldn't put Wilder in with Huey Fury. Yes, Johnny Fisher. We could do Johnny Fisher.
And Dave Allen after it next again week.
I don't know about Dave Allen after that. We got to see. We got one step at a time. We got to see. With each performance, we got to assess. He didn't do no body work, and he still was going back in a straight line. He's still doing the crazy high guard where shots could loop. Yeah, I know,
He's
because
always done that.
Because they're not changing it. They're not fucking fixing it.
He is technically the worst ever heavyweight champion I've ever seen. But he has a bomb, yeah? He can turn your lights out. But technically, he's awful. Always has been, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, see when you actually look at it, can you remember the video when he tried to punch Charlie Zenoff? He couldn't even hit him at a time, yeah? But, like, Dave Allen and that, they should be easy for him. If he hands once, it's done. They could maybe roll out David Price and all the kind of guys. Audley Harrison, maybe. But
Audley Harrison,
at-
nah, that he's too. Isn't he retired, bro?
Alan Babbitt, somebody like that. Eddie Hearn, get Eddie Hearn on him. He'll put all the folk on.
They trying to
Like,
get Wilder
Johnny-
killed, man. Turkey Al-Sheikh trying to get Wilder killed. Look at this.
No.
How you trying to put
No,
him in
see-
there with Moses Atama, Andy Ruiz,
Nah.
Jared Anderson,
Nah, I
Martin
wouldn't-
Bacoli,
I wouldn't have
Ajit
put him in with any of them.
Cabavel? Oh my God, they're trying to kill Wilder.
Nah, I wouldn't have put him in with him. But what I was wanting to speak about was Errol Spence. People say he's Hall of Fame, right? But what is his Hall of Fame win?
Mikey Garcia? Mikey's certainly going to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, Mikey will go to Hall of Fame, but
And that's
Mikey
Earl's
Garcia goes-
that's Earl's Hall of Fame win.
Going from 135 to 140 to 147, small. Yeah, it was another like Lomachenko.
Yeah, but that's
kind of thing, yeah?
but we only let me tell you something. We only do that in this era because no one ever said, "Oh, Duran was small. He started at 35." No, we call him a legend and a great. It's only this era of social media
else do we
boxing
have?
fans that we try to discredit everything everyone does. But in the past,
way,
little men got credit for moving up.
Mikey Garcia is his best man. By a mile, yeah? But, like, see when you actually look at it, the names that he's beat, and it's not really his fault, because, like, so we'll start with Sean Porter, right? Sean Porter beat Devin Alexander, and I don't remember who else, and then lost to Kell Brook, yeah? And, like, people are, like, calling Kell Brook elite.
Bro, Sean Porter is a two-time champ, but the bell rang, champ. I can't take you to school. You gotta.
Come on.
Hey, man, that's 3
Come on.
minutes. We got other callers, but Sean Porter's a two-time champ. You got to do better research.
He is.
And he's a two-time champ in the welterweight division. You can't try to discredit a Sean Porter. You know how hard it is to become a welterweight champ, let alone twice, let alone a WBC champ, the most coveted belt, which means more people are in that sanctioning body because they want that belt more than they want a WBO and an IBF. I mean, you know, look at the WBC welterweight rankings right now. You got Devin, number 1, Sissoko as your mandatory, Pacquiao as your number 5, Barrios as your champion. Like, you know, whether you think those names are great or not, they're top-heavy names. The welterweight division always has names. I don't even remember in the last 15 years when they didn't have names and it wasn't a luxurious division. So I don't know, bro. Jay in LA, give me a second, because we got Kenyatta Ali. Welcome to the champ level.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
East Max with the $10. Salute Ness, Best Boxing Podcast. We need that Nello interviewer. Oh, no, interview. That was an exclamation point. Excuse me. No, he did put interviewer. I don't know. Maybe that was a typo. Devil's Advocate, $5. Nah, Ness. AJ looked bad. Wilder looked bad. This is past due. Put them in the ring now before something else happens. Still a good fight. Nothing will happen if we keep the matchmaking appropriate. AJ was in there with a young, hungry Dubois. Come on, bro. Dubois in his prime. You know? Jay in LA, Jay in LA. Those links to use to call in are on Twitch and right here on YouTube Live. If you're on X, you can find the spaces or our live video. Michael, you only get one call, my friend. If you want a second call, that is a $5 fee. It's called the counterpunch. One call per show. But I am coming back. We are going to be doing a live fight chat for the Jake Paul card later this evening. So don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Jay in LA, talk to me.
Ness, second round. Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Cool. Bluetooth knocked me out that first round with you. But, hey, so I'll be honest with you. I did not pay for that fight with Wilder. So, but what you're telling me, it looks like it didn't go as well as we hoped. But, you know, he was probably putting in some work. But I think I have a good opponent for him that would test both men. One, to see if he's next level, and of course Wilder to see if he's can get his name up. Do you think it would benefit either guy for them to fight each other right now? Wilder versus our famous Ricardo Torres, affectionately known as who's that guy he looks like? Who's that guy he looks like? He looks like that. You don't think so?
What?
Do you think do you think
that'll knock Wilder off his plan, bro? Torres is the type of pressure Wilder's not even defensively ever been good for.
So that's what I was listening to see. Who would it be? Who would that be a bad matchup for at this time? You're saying definitely it would be a bad matchup for Wilder. Ricardo Torres still isn't too green. He's not too green for you?
No, not for Wilder. Styles make fights. Wilder's defense has always been horrible. Someone that is that aggressive, that hard to hit because he stays low, that explosive. What the fuck? You're trying to get him killed.
I know. I was just playing to see how you react to it. But I do have another one that I think, and again, it's going to fall into the same line, I think. We haven't seen him for a long time. Andy Ruiz and the Wilder fight was supposed to happen a couple times.
Hell no, bro. We're trying to build. You guys are trying to put him in with dudes that are, fast-handed. Like, the dude's defense isn't there.
Yeah. I was just playing around with that.
It's the bum of the month club, bro. Joe Louis did it. George Foreman did it. Wilder could be next if he follows the plan.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I was just kind of just teasing a little bit, with these softer, kind of mid-level opponents that could still cause him issues. But at this point, yeah, he's got to do what you do. Literally, if you could put your plan into his ear, I think his career would definitely have a better bounce back. But yeah, that's kind of all I got to say. I'm just looking forward to some upcoming fights. We got a good undercard today out of the LA Anaheim area. I think it's definitely worth a tune in for those guys, and hopefully we see something weird with Jake and Chavez, something we don't expect, but it seems to be going to plan as expected.
All right.
But thanks guys for the update on the Wilders. I couldn't see myself paying for it, but at least I know you guys gave me a good recap on what went down. So hopefully Wilder gets his comeback coming smoothly. Take care, man.
Yep. Shooter, you're hilarious. Maybe Wilder isn't for y'all.
It's your time.
Right?
Like, not your time.
All you dudes that are saying he's done, don't watch. Don't tune into this show. This is about Wilder rebuilding. Like, you guys are pretty weird. You know what I mean? If he's done, what are you doing here? Like, let that man do what he's doing. His plan, he's sticking to it. They doing bum of the month. And that was good enough for George Foreman, good enough for Joe Louis. I'm sure it's good enough for Deontay Wilder. And based off the polls, over 50% want Wilder to keep doing it, right? Like 41% say Wilder needs more fights. So that's aligning with what I want. More fights, not being tougher fights. And then another 10% say, yeah, Foreman and Lewis did it. Of course, Wilder could do it. So that's a total of 51% alone that want to see him keep fighting and trying to get to that level. And then here on our YouTube live chat, that power chat, where you should be hitting the thumbs up. 51%. We got 48% say perfect for building confidence. Another 8% say work for Foreman. So yes, so right there, that's another 50-something% that believes he should keep working. You know, the rest of you haters, fuck off. We don't really care. Look, there's less of you anyway. Won't help him improve. He's washed, only 36%. So there's more people that care to see Wilder try than haters like yourself. So find a new live chat, just for now. Rayochenko, what up?
Yo, good morning. Early check-in. I just wanted to make Ness go into OT, overtime before you start that watch party later. Hey, but I just shout out TBV, shout out the community. I just want to agree with all the callers. I like Deontay, but that was a little bit hard to watch. I'm totally on board with Bum of the Month, though. Like you said, if they're doing it, I hope they do it once a month. If not twice a month, that would be awesome. But yeah, they just need to do that consistently and then go up. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Now, if I want to throw in one of those like hypothetical fights, dude, can we get Stavern? Like, can someone in the background get Stavern on some fitness plan, get him yoked up, get him ripped, and then that could be Deontay's last fight before he goes into back to where he's supposed to go. That would be funny because you know how it is. There's history there. I don't know. Just something funny to think about. And then also for tonight's fight card, I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, I'm looking forward to the undercard. I'm not looking forward to the main event. Like the last caller said, everything seems to be going well for Osterine Paul, and he just got like PEDs flowing through his system, bro. So I'm not excited for it. Chavez is gonna have to climb that mountain, and I hope he does, and I hope he beats him. But yeah, let's go Chavez. That's all I got. Shout out TBV.
Alrighty then. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It'll put this episode in the eyes of boxing fans that don't know we rock out every day, multiple times a day. Mick Donovan, I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say you might be the same guy that called in right now, Michael. So I'll answer your other question was something like, who has Sean Porter beat? Whoa. I don't know if it's because you're international or maybe you just woke up angry. But Sean Porter, without using BoxRec, bro, Devin Alexander, Paulie Malignaggi, Danny Garcia. So I think that right there is enough. Throw in Ugas if you want, but the Danny win is a two-time champion win, a former unified lineal belt holder and a former WBC welterweight champ. Common opponent with Earl Spence and Keith Thurman. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that win. Devin Alexander was a champion who Porter took the belt from. Certainly don't see anything wrong with that win. The only loss Devin had before that was to Bradley, who's a Hall of Famer. Certainly don't see nothing wrong with that win. But, we're here for education, bro. I got all the time in the world to help you learn the little nuances of the sport. Mike, what up?
Boxing boys.
What up?
What's good, Ness? What up? What up? Man, I don't know. I feel like that boy Wilder might be done, man. I don't know if he's fighting potatoes or what, but I think he might be done. What else? What you think about that fight tonight? How is that the first to open on a pay-per-view? The Kid Austin and his Tim Farmer. That's crazy.
I don't know. Is that the opener?
Yeah, that's what I seen. They're the opener. They're the opener. Then it's like Avius, and then there's the other one. Then there's the main event.
Hey, Avis signed
I
to
seen
them.
it.
Avis signed to Jake
Oh yeah.
Paul. You know, Floyd is with Oscar, and Tevin is, free agent.
What's the odds on that fight anyway? Do you know?
For Floyd and Tevin,
Yeah, yeah.
let me check.
I don't know. That's gonna be a weird little fight. I feel like Floyd gonna get him, the youth, and Tevin just seemed like I don't know. It's nothing about Tevin. It just seemed like he there for the payday this time. He up there laughing and dancing and shit. I'm ready for that Terrence Bud Crawford.
Yeah, so
Canelo
Farmer is a plus 170 money line. Schofield is a minus
Oh,
222 money line. The over
ooh, damn.
is set at 8.5, and it's minus 649. The under is paying almost 400. Wow. Under 8.5
Hey,
is at 390. But I get it.
that might
They
be the
don't believe.
play.
Yeah, but they don't believe that Floyd Schofield could stop Tevin. Tevin's never been stopped.
But that
Remember,
last fight, he looked a little wobbly.
we'll see. That would be a statement for Floyd.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the boxing boys. Shout out to T. Bud Crawford and the whole squad, man. Shout out to you too, Ness. Hold it down, man. Have a good day.
All right. Yo, you sound crazy. How could Danny be washed when he fought Porter, but then went on to be a mandatory and fight Earl? I didn't know washed opponents could be mandatories. Sure, but D. Okay. Mick is certainly a hater. We've realized it.
You may feel like it's your time,
King Counter,
but it's not your time.
James Payne Leap.
Yo, audio check.
Street.
Hey, bro. So check it. I had a second to think about it. I was listening to you talk a couple callers in, right? We on a Wilder rehabilitation plan, okay? All right, boom. So I hear your strategy, right? You know where I want Wilder to come next?
Where?
Come holler at me in Tennessee. We do shows every month. He can hop on the Mr. Adams card every month. Guaranteed layups. You know what I'm saying? So he can work on things, get rounds. A lot of the guys he fight gonna be under 6'2", 6'3". If we want to like be impressive, we got a couple guys that's like 6'5", 6'6". But I mean, it's like a lot of innate flaws that I think Wilder, being a former WBC world champion, could easily exploit. You know what I'm saying? He got people like me here that's gonna beat the ground up real hard. I'm gonna beat a drum for him every day. You know what I'm saying? If it's about what if I think I see your vision, if I think I'm seeing your vision, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to like it's like it's personal for me because damn, bro, that's Deontay Wilder, man. You know what I mean? Like that's a big chunk of like this. As I've been following TVV and been before I was a caller, when I was just a listener and I was watching Wilder and this shit just line up, and it's like here we are years later, and it's like I'm an OG TBV now. You know what I'm saying? Like I got whole TBV mixtapes out, and Wilder done had 10 plus title defenses and been all around the world, and his name been in marquees and shit. So you know what I'm saying? If it's some things that we want to work on and for the love of boxing, man, let's help him. You know what I'm saying? Man, Tennessee, we got a lot of we can do a lot of things. It's right by Alabama. We got connections and ties in Alabama. We could easily arrange cars in Alabama for him. We could take him all around this southeast region of the United States. That's no problem. So come holler at your boy.
James Payne Lethal, the ambassador of the great state of Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? It's me, it's me. You know, third rock from the sun type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey
Come
man,
holler at your
listen.
boy, man.
Don't
Huh?
don't just put it in the universe. Talk to Mr. Adams. See what's the strongest thing he could put together, and I can tell Nelson, and then see what he take the phone call.
Hey, you know the funny thing about this? Guess whose ring he fought in last night?
Yo ring.
The one that Matt owned.
Okay.
One of Matt's rings.
Nice.
Matt was there with Blake. Like I was just, you know what I'm saying? It's family shit. So that's what really, and when they told me that they was heading to Wichita, they said it so casually because when I was talking to them, we was talking about the first. Because Sergey Dervinchenko and Shannon Briggs, we was talking about this shit and we was rehashing some shit from
Wait,
the Aiden Ross
Dervianchenko's on
card.
your card? Cause
You say what?
I seen Shannon Briggs on your card, but is Dervianchenko on it too?
Yeah, Dervianchenko fighting Ramos. Yup.
What, Abel?
Yeah, Julius.
Julius Ramos. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, on Tuesday. Yup, July the 1st, right here in Nashville. Dervinchenko on
Is he
it.
still with Keith Conley?
Say what?
Is he still with Keith Conley? Who did that fight? Is Keith Conley still his manager, Dervianchenko?
Man, I don't know. I'll find out on Tuesday. I don't care about that. I got a whole other agenda that I'm coming for, and then I'll find out the details on him and everybody else when I get there. When I talk to the promoters and shit, if I ask, a lot of the times I don't ask, man. I be on my own. I be marching to my own mission. You know what I'm saying? And so I just be so tuned out because these fighters, they change out so much, like. But when as I look back on the shit, I mean, Big Baby, when his first fight back in the United States, he fought in Murfreesboro. Remember when you bought your
I
vet, you
remember.
flew into
I remember.
Nashville. I took you to get your vet. Remember?
I remember.
It's family shit. You see what I'm saying? It's supposed to be this way. That's how I know that the boxing gods want this shit to be. They want me in boxing. They want you in boxing. They want us to help Wild to get back to where he supposed to be, or at least that place that we think he's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? This shit is poetry in fucking motion. You know what I'm saying? All the pieces is coming together. So that means all the pieces are already here. So I mean, hey, we can put this shit together, man. We really can. Cause my phone line always open to you. And then I talk to these people every day. And obviously it's a lot of intertwining shit because I'm saying he fought in the fucking ring that I just put together last Friday. So there you go.
I'm with you,
But hey,
man.
man, I'm gonna let you keep the phone lines moving, man. Unless there's something else we need to discuss, man. But hey, Tuesday night, Nashville, Tennessee, man. Shannon the Cannon Breeze coming to town. It's gonna be a great thing. Adams promotion, Country Box.
But
Follow
Champ,
Country Box on IG.
Champ,
Huh?
is Shannon fighting, or is he
Yeah, it's a
just
special attraction exhibition, sir. Special
okay?
attraction exhibition, sir. I don't know the opponent at this time, but I mean, it's just Shannon's gonna give us a nice demonstration. You know what I'm saying? He always good at getting the people going. When he was just here for the Oliver McCall
No,
exhibition,
that's why I was
man, he was
asking, cause I didn't know if he was just gonna be like a host or some shit. You know what I mean? But nah,
nah.
he's actually
He
shaking
he
out.
he he hosted last month. He hosted last month. He was in town meeting and greeting the people. He seen the setup, seen what Mr. Adams and everybody had going on, and then he was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do one. I'll do one." And so yeah, there it is. You know what I'm saying? He'll
Nice.
be having a special attraction, man. We really excited for it too, man. He's one of my personal favorites. He always gets the people going. I hope I can get a picture, man. If there's any way that this message get to him, man, make sure, man, James Payne get a picture with you, chump. It'll be on my IG proudly. You know what I mean? But man, y'all can follow the Country Box on IG. Hey, I'm gonna holler at you. Let's keep the phone lines moving.
All right, champ.
All right.
Mick Donovan, I seen you and I ain't forget, man. That's the problem with boxing fans that are trolls, right? You saying, "Oh, he won a mandatory shot for beating Red Cats and Granados," and let's be real, arguably Granados. Oh nah, he beat Chris Algieri. He was lucky. You lucky he beat Chris Algieri, because without Algieri, Granados is arguably the biggest name on the resume of Conor Benn as a win. As a win. Okay? So just know that Conor Benn fought Granados in 2021. But you sitting here laughing at at Danny for beating Conor Benn. I don't even know. For beating Adrian Granados, I don't even know how many years before Conor Benn. You know, Danny beat him 3 years before in 2019. So I don't know, man. You got bad revisionist history. You seem to have issues specifically with American fighters, but I'm here for it, bro. I love my job. Quest, you the best.
Yo, what's good, Ness? Shout out TBV. Yeah, Ness, I agree with you. He needs a lot of bums. Keep it rolling, man. Don't waste time. If my audio go out, I'm outside, so might lose signal. But yeah, I agree, Ness. But thing is, he needs be quick, man. He needs to not waste time, man. He needs to be in training camp right now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not in it to be a world champion again, then you might as well just get out the game.
But you got to remember,
you know what I'm saying?
George came back and won a world title at 44. Manny's fighting for a world title at 46. There's no rush. There's no rush.
If he's not beating Torres right now, if he's not fucking with David Allen right now, he might as well just go to bare knuckle boxing. It's good money in bare knuckle boxing. Shout out Trees. You know what I'm saying? If you're not ready for these young guys, because they're only gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? You're only gonna go on the decline. So
it don't matter. Those young guys are always gonna need Wilder's name. So like I said, there's no rush.
Well, man, you see, what do you do? No one watched this fight, Ness. No one watched this fight, Ness. Come on now.
What do you mean nobody watched this fight?
Bro, come on, man. I've been watching the shows all week. No callers called in, gave predictions on Wilder like that. I mean, you had a couple callers, but no one cares about Wilder anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think the AJ fight is gone now. If he wants to, take bum fights, he's not going to get the AJ fight because AJ going on bigger fights. A Fury fight is bigger than Wilder. You cannot tell me Fury versus AJ is not bigger in the UK than Wilder versus AJ anywhere in the States. You can't tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't. We got to get, if you're not in it for a championship, you just got to get him out the sport. You know what I'm saying? Wilder's not looking for a title. He's looking for a big payday, and he's going to be out. But just don't take too long, man. If you want AJ, get on the horse, man. Get on the horse and get going. You know what I'm saying? Get another fight, maybe August. August. Get another name. You know what I'm saying? But don't come on here, man. And be like, just I know you want to be a fan, Ness, but we got to move on, bro. People that don't want championships, get them off the sport. We can't be wasting our time with guys like Wilder, where we have Big Baby, who's on the shelf right now, looking for a fight. Big Baby should be in Wilder's position right now, on a Bum in the Month tour. He should never fought Bacoli.
So that's his promoter's job. Wilder's team is doing what they got to do for him. You can't get mad at Wilder because Jared Anderson's team is not doing what they need to do. You need to send a letter of grievance to James Prince, my brother.
If Wilder don't want none of them names that Turkey said, get him out the sport. That's my call.
But that's what you're not getting. He already out the sport. He not on your DAZN. He not on your Sky Sports. He on Black Prime. Y'all so mad. This is what I don't get. Why do you care? If he ain't doing what you don't want and you want him out the sport, so then why you watching? Why you care? Why you calling in? He ain't doing what you want. Why you giving him time? Y'all obsessed with Wilder. That's why he got to do it the way he doing it. He got to do it the way he doing it, so when he come back, it's nothing but haters' hearts to break. Stock chasers.
Yo, what's good? That's how I sound.
Straight.
Yo, man, listen, I was fighting my sleep last night, but I hung in there. and I saw the fight. Yo, man, listen, like honestly, I don't like. I mean, yeah, he got the stoppage. He got the stoppage, even though the fight was nasty. But I think it was Herndon's partly Herndon, bro. He wasn't fighting. He was scared to get hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was a good like pick for bum of the month. But like, what can I tell you, bro? Herndon wasn't even trying to swing back, bro. He was scared to get cracked, and it just made for a bad fight, right? So I wouldn't mind seeing Wilder back in there one more time with someone else that's actually might fight back. But I know that's not what he's looking for. But what I did notice, Ness, and we can't deny this, bro. Like, he lost the explosiveness, bro. And I don't know, maybe he could like continue to work to get that explosiveness in his right hand back. What you said?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, like he could work to get that explosiveness, but bro, he looked a little slow, man. Herndon was bopping and weaving his shots, seeing them coming, but like at the end of the day, listen, I think truthfully his plan should be to maybe get one more scrap with someone who ain't gonna like f around and put him down, right? Like, and then at the end of the day, man, just cash out with one of them top dudes. See if any of them want to fight you. See if Turkey got any bag for him or whatever. But like at
Nah,
the end of
bro.
the day,
Turkey
bro,
trying to
I
get him
think
hurt with them names he put out for Wilder.
okay. So then he should think about retiring with that win, bro. Because at the end of the day, I don't. The explosiveness is gone. It's
Bro,
gone.
it's a
He's not the
building
same.
process. What in the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
Y'all
But
in
he,
such
you
a
expect him.
rush.
Understand, bro. This is what I'm saying, bro. If he could work to get one more big fight, yo, that's a cash out, bro. He might want to cash out.
Maybe no, but if he
He's a
wanted to cash out, he would have did that yesterday. He told you, I've been getting offers left and right. We sticking to the plan.
okay, all right. Well, he could listen. I said that when I first started my call. Then I guess he could do it again, bro. But I don't know what he needs to do to keep working to try and
He
just
got to
get
keep
that right
fighting.
hand.
Got to keep fighting. He got to keep fighting, and is gonna get there. You know, they're gonna look at this tape. Look, you didn't go to the body. You was too straight up. You know, you was overshooting the right, looping right hand. Let's work on the straight right hand. He was doing the looping. That shit was good. Herndon was ducking it. He's still doing hammer
Yeah,
fist. There's shit to work on.
yeah. Let me add this in though before my call ends. I did like the way he was using the jab though, because I haven't seen that jab in a while. So
You may feel
dropping
like
Malik
it's your
Scott was a
time,
good look. Thanks for having me.
but it's not your time.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but we need a high-level trainer in there. That's what we need. We need someone that he's going to respect, someone that's going to shake things up, that he's going to be following their rules, and they're not going to be driving to Wilder's fucking estate to train him in his private gym, you know? That just don't work, bro. We got to get him out that uncomfortable zone, and that's what you need to bring Richard Torres in for sparring. That's first and foremost. You got to bring Richard Torres in for sparring. Who else is another high active? You know, fuck. Bring Jared Anderson in for sparring. We ain't trying to ever fight him anyway. Bring Jared. Bring Torres. Who else? I don't want to say this name, but we might have to say this name. I don't know. They could maybe be told not to go as hard on the power, but go as hard on the intensity. But Daniel Perot, Torres, and whatever name I just said that is escaping me, that's the three perfect sparring partners. He need that shit on a daily basis 3 times a week. The way that he's looking at shots, he looking like me in there. Let's just be real. He looking the way I look when a motherfucker throwing shots at me. I ain't got no defense because I'm not a fucking fighter. That defense he got is out of control, nasty. He's gotta do better. Of course I believe my own argument. Of course I believe there's history. It don't say Joe Louis and Foreman for no reason. They went on the Bum of the Month Club. George Foreman did it at 44. Y'all trying to rush Wilder. Let him work. George Foreman had fucking 10 tune-ups. Let him work. Let him work. Y'all just rushing him because he's such a big name, because American boxing is dead in terms of heavyweights, and y'all dying for, one of the biggest names to be back. Plus, he brought that excitement. You wish he was back with that right hand. Treese, what up? That's what y'all wish. Y'all just frustrated that the right hand ain't back, so he can't knock out AJ today, so y'all mad.
Yow.
What up?
What up, though? What up, though? Yeah, you know how I'm rocking, man. It's Mr. BMF, man.
That's who I said. Jared for sparring. Jared for sparring. Torres for sparring.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, man, you know me, man. Like I say, man.
They need those names. I don't know who the fuck they got in that gym, but they doing the wrong goddamn things. He looked crazy. He's still going back. Like, he looked crazy with the defense. He need to work on that defense for sure.
That's a fact. I mean, hey, man, you got to build my fighter, man. I'm with the shits. I got a couple, you know me. I got a couple names out here. I was thinking, like, what's your man's the white boy? What's my man?
Skylar Lacey. Skylar Lacey. We already mentioned him as a possible opponent.
No, not him. Not him. What's my man? Fucking the Joey DeVaco cat. Him.
Hell
Joey
no.
DeVaco.
What, you crazy?
You think? What? That's a man. Water could. That's a decent scrap. Water could work with him. We could work with that scrap. Him.
Okay, but the problem with that is his money shot is a counter left hook. You don't want anybody that can counter Wilder right now. Like, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for Wilder to work.
I'm not talking about him today or tomorrow, but I'm talking about we got to put. He's on the list. He's down the line. He's on the list.
Yeah, down the line. But right now, we need to let Wilder work on. You see how Herndon barely threw shots? He was more on deep. That's what we need.
That's what that's what we need. No, for sure. I'm with. When I heard a motherfucker talking about some resistance, look at me. I'm in this bitch like, hell no. We don't need any resistance. I'm trying to build my fighter. Fuck that. No. I want him. I want a motherfucker like what happened to the Polish nigga from PBC, that Adam Kawanaki, wherever the fuck he at. I would like to see Wilder put hands on that motherfucker.
That's a good fight.
Yeah. You feel me?
Not next.
Not that's what I'm saying. But these guys though, we need guys like of this elk. You feel me? We need to bring him out wherever the fuck he at. Speaking of the Polish nigga, Maurice Vats, who had just fought the Itama, where the fuck he at? We need him. We could put him on the list. I like that for my guy. You see me?
Saif Bud, he 5'9" with a left hook that has legacy on it. He knocked out fucking AJ in sparring, right? That's the urban legend. But y'all want to throw him in there with Wilder. No, we don't need DeVaco right now.
Hey, man. Hey, I want to see on some real shit. I want to see what the WBC Grand Prix. I wonder what the winner of that tournament is doing on some real shit. Like the winner of that tournament should.
We'll bring him out of retirement, Blackston. We'll bring him out of retirement. Kawanaki need a payday.
Kawanaki.
He need a payday. He had a kid. We know he had a kid.
We need him for sure.
We bring him back real quick.
Who's that just jumped on?
Round one.
What up, though? Round one.
What it do?
What's going on, man? You got any motherfuckers around your way in Boston? Any heavyweights who need a shot? You feel me?
Nah, not that I could think of. But
look,
what I took away from this fight with Deontay Wilder was one thing, and that although he diverted back to his old ways, clubbing shots, and at times he looked a little bad, right? But there was one key thing that I noticed, that this time he was able to stay to the game plan. His mental fortitude in this fight, keep that jab going out there. He even snuck in a little cheeky left check hook and a couple small body shots here and there that we haven't seen in his past fights. So whatever they were training him to do, he was able to stay the course and not divert right back into that complete old fighter. When he got into situations where he panicked and he saw an opportunity to end the fight, he started clubbing his shots where he wasn't more disciplined. But I saw a cheeky little uppercut. It was only one from the outside, and I saw it. So they're working on some things, but Ness is right. They got to get him out of that house training shit, get out of that garage, right? Get into the gym, get in there with the rest of the guys, know what it's like to mix it up. Those are perfect sparring partners that he mentioned. You know, and
Because he's
let's
not
get him
being
some real
pushed.
work.
He's not
Yeah.
being pushed.
Yeah.
That's why his stamina never gets better. No one is pushing him. He's the king of the hill. Everybody's afraid. Look at how Herndon fought. Afraid. You got to get
Yeah, he
guys
was
like
afraid.
Richard Torres that's not going to be afraid. Richard Torres going to be low, fucking moving, and making
Mm-hmm.
Wilder nervous. Wilder's going to be
Word.
anxious, like, oh shit, when is he going to, oh shit, is a hook going to come? He's going to be nervous. That's what you need. Have his fucking heart rate jumping out his chest in
Right.
camp so that fight is smooth.
Right. And I think Hearn was respecting the right hand a little too much. You saw Deontay Wilder loading up on it. And deservingly, why? You know, but by time Hearn thought, he said, wait a minute, it's not as hard as I thought. He had already taken too many of them. And he was already gassing out. Hearn didn't have the gas tank to go the full 10. It was pure
Bro, you know how
part exhaustion.
mentally.
And yeah, he beat him.
mentally he was being exhausted too because it's like it's Deontay Wilder. He started that fight circling.
Man looked small. Deontay Wilder looked pretty tall in there compared to. So I'm pretty sure he felt like on some like, damn, this
6'7"?
motherfucker towering presence. You feel me over
Jesus.
a nigga type shit. But
Trees, let me get to James here.
For sure.
My man Trees.
What you was saying?
I just said my man Trees. Shout out to Trees.
I got a couple super chats. Devil's Advocate. Nah, Ness. AJ looked bad. Oh, we read that. Devil's Advocate back with another photo. I'd rather see Wilder retire than to hear Ness name off a list of fighters to avoid that will kill him in the ring. Wilder needs all his flowers. Hashtag Bomb Squad. We going for a second title run, and there are necessary steps that need to be taken, bro.
Yes.
Y'all got to relax. Y'all just have to relax, man. You either part of the plan or you outside of it.
Right.
Devil's
Good
Advocate
point,
back
Ness.
with another 2. Wilder always said he can retire now and be good. Money bag emoji. Exactly. That's why this isn't about money. Y'all keep talking about, oh, he probably want to cash out. Oh, what big money fight? We ain't worried about money. We trying to get back. That's why it's sad. It's sad that nobody wants to back a guy that is rich and just really loves what he's doing. Because this isn't Roy Jones that needed the fucking fight. This ain't Mike Tyson that needs the fight. This is a dude that just is so competitive. He don't want to go out like that.
He's on a rebuild. Let him rebuild.
He don't want to go out like that. How can you not respect that? Yep. Devil's Advocate back with a number 2, and he's pound for pound number 1 on the chat. Ness, don't make me call in. Laugh out loud. Wilder ain't the same. Hey, that's exactly why we want our tune-ups. Another $5 from Devil's Advocate. I'm a Wilder fan. He ain't the most skilled. He had the eraser right hand. A trainer ain't gonna help cash out with AJ. Fight. Not exciting anymore. Yeah, again, that's why he's not exciting, because you're not letting him build, bro. He's still nervous. Like, Herndon made him nervous. When punches came at him by Herndon, he got nervous. You could physically see he got shook up. He did bad defensive move. He backed straight up. He did that nasty high guard where you could fucking just hit him to the body or loop it around. Bro, let that man build his confidence. Lord to the mercy. James.
And you know,
go ahead.
oh, when we talk about nasty work with him and everything like that, let me tell you guys something. He looked a lot better than he did in that Zhang and Parker fight, where that he went rounds without throwing a punch. So his activity did increase, guys. There were moments in a Deontay Wilder fight where he was just circling, watching, just loading up on the right hand. Come on, guys. For you guys just to say, okay, he didn't look the best. We heavyweight, and his footwork, and sometimes he threw punches, and he was out of placement and everything. Okay, but you got to admit that his punch output increased dramatically every round. He was throwing punches at that dude. Then Ness was right. He was a little gun shy. Then all of a sudden he started getting his confidence. Did you see that jab start coming out? But as soon as he heard him, he went into this clubbing. And it took away a lot of his good work. So, but as far as activity, come on, guys, look at the numbers in his last fights, how many punches he threw per round. He wasn't even throwing a jab. He was just circling a guy, looking at him with a cock right backhand. That's it. So I gotta give him that much. At least he's working. He's building back to where he used to be. You know, let's see a few more fights before we perhaps get that AJ fight. You know, so hey, but yeah, Ness is right. There's no rush for him. It's not about the money. It's about the love for the sport. And just maybe, he could become a world champion again.
He just got to take his time. Pacquiao is coming back at 46. George won his title at 44.
45.
Look at that. So why are we rushing Wilder at 39? He sounds young to me. Sounds young to me, James.
Yo, what's up, Ness? What's up, round one? And who else up there? Treese?
Nah, he just called in.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm about to say, damn, you gonna have to meet that nigga. But yo, man, that fight yesterday was crazy, man. Like, shout out to Wilder for actually coming back into the ring. But that shit was nasty work, man. That shit was nasty work. Most of the time, man, when I was watching the fight, it looked like Wilder was actually had him in like a headlock or some kind of leg lock or whatever the fuck, man. Like holding him down, punching him in the back, throwing wild shit. You know, the jab, man, the jab ain't look the same. Jab look nowhere crisp as it used to. The right hand don't look like it used to. I mean, bro, like I get what you're saying, Ness, man, that he loves to compete, man. But if he really loved to compete, he'll take it more seriously. He'll get out the farm. He'll get out the backyard.
Bro,
like
this is taking it seriously. Taking a fucking big name fight and getting knocked out again, that's cashing out. That's not taking it serious. This is really trying to change things. Y'all just some haters, bro.
Nah, we ain't haters, man. This is shit that I've been forecasting and seen a long time ago, but it's cool. I'm just glad that the whole prediction.
Dude fighting on Black Prime and y'all still hating.
But Ness, man, let's be serious here though, man. Like, he can't beat nobody in the top 20. Okay, cool. So you got to go to the fighters in the top 40 or below. I mean, even some of those fights are shaky, man. Like, can he fight a Justice Hooney? Can he even fight a Lorenzo Medina? Can he fight a Michael Polite Coffee? Let's look at some of these older names and shit. Can he beat any of those guys? I don't think so, man. I think his path to relevance is shit. It's really over with, man. He just got a name value, so I don't think Wilder can fight again. And he got to fight AJ. He got to go immediately to the AJ fight, or else his value is going to lose even more. Like, the more that we see of him look this bad, the less likely that fight's going to happen. So he can be able to actually say, hey, I just had to get the dust off and everything, and be able to market himself that, hey, he could probably go in there and give us a more competitive fight than AJ in February. But right now, that shit was disgusting. Even with the fight itself, it seemed like it was almost like a silent agreement or whatever, where like Herndon didn't look hurt that bad after that punch that they actually stopped the fight on. You know, it's like the ref was like, okay, I got to stop it, man, because we got to say Wilder's name. Because, Lord behold, Herndon threw some shit back that probably could have really, if he would have landed some shit, the fight would have went the other way. And he did land some good shit on Wilder, too. I mean, look, man, I'm almost so confident, man, to call Sean Jones, man, to say, hey, Sean, man, go ahead and get in the ring with Wilder. Because I know Sean would actually disrespect Wilder. And he probably would actually give Wilder some good rounds and maybe beat him, surprisingly. Wilder's done. But Ness, man, shout out to the community, man, for believing in this guy for so long. You know, he told good stories, good parables, all that good shit. But we seeing the guy that falling from grace, man, and this shit's just getting worse and worse. You know, fighters actually love the sport that change their behaviors or whatnot, and like the Charlo brothers actually showed that they love the sport. They got rid of some of the old trainers and went back to their roots and everything. We saw what Jamal did his last fight. That's a fighter that really loves the sport of boxing. But this guy right here, I don't think so, bro. But shout out to you, Ness, man. Keep pushing this narrative, man. Shout out to Wilder. Whew, man. And shout out to me, my prediction right 5 years ago, man, when I told y'all when I came on the show saying Wilder will never beat the likes of Gisor. Round one. You agree with that? You ain't
Yo,
got to answer right now. It's cool.
Hold up. I got a lot to say to you. I have a lot. First of all, what you're saying about a man, Deontay Wilder, and putting him down for his lack of love of the sport. Let me tell you something, brother. This is a man that started his career late into his 20s because to provide for his daughter. Let's not forget
That's cool.
that he was learning on the job. He had a 40
That's cool.
and 41 knockout ratio over all
Look,
opponents. He
Hey,
was
hey,
champion
hey,
for
look,
over 5 years. Hold up, brother.
look,
You
bro.
straight
Whoa,
disrespected
whoa,
him.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Check
whoa.
it out.
No,
Check it
no,
out.
no.
Check
I
it out.
didn't
Check it out.
disrespect him because you know
Hold on.
what?
Hold on.
You
Hold
know
on.
why that doesn't do that? You know why that doesn't do nothing to me? We seen the movie Pursuit of Happiness, right?
Hold
We
on.
seen
I don't
old
care
guys
about a
older in
movie.
their lives and everything get their dreams.
That's
I'm
okay.
just
That's a
saying though,
movie.
bro.
This
We
is
seen
real
guys.
life. This
We
is
seen
Deontay
no,
Wilder.
no, no. But that is
Don't do
real
that.
life. That is based on real life.
Oh,
That's cool.
okay.
That's cool,
I'm
man.
talking
End of
about
the day,
his life. We're
end of
talking
the day,
about
I
Dr.
know so.
Wilder, so let's not bring it up in a movie.
That's
But
cool.
he was champion for 5 years.
That was the
He had
bell,
10
though,
title
champ.
defenses.
All right. Shout out.
He had 10 title defenses, brother. He had 10 title defenses. Deontay Wilder started boxing really late. What are you guys talking about that he's not this skilled fighter evolved? We saw him fall in love with the right hand. We all criticized him for years, but if it wasn't broke, don't fix it. He had a bunch of yes men in his corner. Yes, champ, throw the right hand. Yes. A bunch of yes men. And it's hard when everybody's afraid of you and not to tell you, yo, you need to go back to what you used to. If we were to play the tape backwards and you watch Deontay Wilder's first half of his career, he actually fought better. He strayed away from that. It wasn't never that he couldn't fight, it's that he just fell in love with the right hand and he just didn't have no real coaching. Let's just be honest. But it happens to the best of us. But you're talking about a guy had no amateur background, nothing. And he comes in and he accomplishes this much. How many American world champions have they been in the past 20 years? They're always Europeans and all them are world champions. How long when's the last? Deontay was the last one for us. So you got to give him some kind of respect, guys. He was able to pull all that off with those skill levels. What the hell is that saying? Come on, man. Nah, bro. And then to the guy that said, Stock Chaser, that said it, round one said that he didn't use his jab. Who the hell said that? If I said he stuck to the game plan and he threw way more punches in this fight than he did in his last previous fights, where he went rounds that he didn't throw no punches. He was just circling around the guy like this. He was throwing it, but at least he was putting the 1-2 behind it last night. He's putting the 1-2 and he set up, it looked like he set up a punch or two. It wasn't, like a fucking, like a spectacular thing or whatever, but he's making progress. Slow steps. At least he's not spinning around in the ring, asking the referee which way did he go and getting knocked out. He didn't look like that. So in that sense, yeah, Deontay needs a lot of work. I'm not ready to be like, this dude is a bum. His best days are behind him. I think this was a confident booster fight. I think he felt good in there. I think he started to mix it up. At a certain point, homeboy gassed out and he was just pushing his punches. He was basically diverting all power to one shot. And shout out to Wilder. He took some of the dude's shots clean too and kept fighting. So, hey, it is what it is. You guys can think what you want about Deontay Wilder. I don't think he's done. He's at the young age of 39 in the heavyweight division. You could still do something at that age. And at that size, with that kind of right hand, I don't count him out. That's all.
All right. I got Vovo. Vovo.
Yo.
Oh, hey, what's up, brother? Hey, what's going on?
What up?
What's going on?
What's up, fellas? Yeah, I just want to speak on the topic, of the fight, man. Wilder, just for the record, Wilder is like my third favorite fighter behind Roy Jones and Diego Corrales. I'd like to see Wilder retire. I feel like he showed us enough. You know what I mean? But like the one guy said, he's still young in the heavyweight division. He's not like super young, but he still can do some things. And it's his career. But as a Wilder fan, a diehard Wilder fan, I'd like to see Wilder retire. But Wilder didn't look bad last night. He didn't look bad. He's fighting a guy that ain't trying to win. So you gonna look. It's gonna look clumsy. It's gonna look silly. The guy ain't really fighting back. The guy did not come to win. Wilder looked good. He dropped him with the left hook. He did the best he can do with what he had in front of him. You know what I mean? So you know, me personally, my heart wants Wilder to retire. I feel like I've seen enough. You know, I got enough good memories. He's got a good highlight reel. You know what I mean? But if he want to keep fighting and he trying to win and he trying to do something, I say go for it then. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of Wilder hate, man. And like you said earlier, he fought on BLK Prime, Black Prime, and it's still people hating. Black guys hating. Wilder get a lot of hate for being a big black man that's unapologetically black, and he a knockout artist. You know what I mean? He's a knockout artist, and he a big black man that stand on his blackness. Even black guys hate him for that. Even black girls, they wish they could be that type of guy. That's what that is. Wilder hate. I'm gonna close with this. His hate is unwarranted. If Wilder was a big ass white boy, knocking blonde hair, blue eyed, 6'7" white boy punching like this, he would be Captain America. He would be on Wheaties boxes. He would be they would call him the Big Viking and all this, the ghost, and he can punch. He's punching people. Wilder hate is completely unwarranted. Wilder is never in the news for nothing bad. He's not at the bar. He's not partying. He's a family man. He's a hard worker. He dug himself out from. He used to be a truck driver driving a beer truck. He started boxing to support his daughter that's sick. Like he's the American dream, and he gets all this hate. That shit is unwarranted. It's just hater shit, man. Appreciate you letting me speak, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for voicing your opinion. We got a bunch of people watching here on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It's going to put this episode in the eyes of boxing fans that don't know we rock out every single day, multiple times a day. We got a live chat poll going here in our live chat, power chat. It says, is the bum of the month path right for Wilder? 50% now voted perfect for building confidence. 8% say risky, could lose to a bum. 34% say won't help him improve, he's washed. 8% says it worked for Foreman, so yes. So basically 58% want to see Wilder continue to do what he do. And we got a couple super chats here on the live chat. Power chat. Looks like we got Devil's Advocate back with another one. Round one. Look like Don Corleone from The Godfather. George Foster with the 5-pounder. How many elite fighters has Wilder beat? So he beat Luis Ortiz, which he might not even be elite. He might not even be elite because of the people that he beat. You know,
did he win a gold medal in the Olympics?
I don't know, but he did have a lot of amateur fights. Yeah, but his best wins, Wilder's best wins are Dominic Brazil, Luis Ortiz. Who else? The Tyson Fury draw, Bermain Stavern. Yeah, the Spielka. That's about it. It's not a lot. Mike Wilson, member for 9 months on the prospect level. Wilder career ended when that girl Telly left him. Counterpunch, Mr. PBC. George, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, $5. Wilder's next fight, rematch Malik Scott, fight Tommy Gunn's son, Kenzie Morrison, and retire with AJ. Hashtag Bomb Squad. Yeah, I don't know about rushing that quick, but yeah, I like those fights. Even though Morrison knocked out somebody he shouldn't have knocked out. Oh, he knocked out Hakeem Rockman Jr. Maybe that's a fight for Wilder, Hakeem Rockman Jr. Tevin Smith, that's a great fight. Tevin Smith, pound for pound number 2 in the chat with the $10 super chat. He says, I was at the fight and I was impressed. He looked like he worked on adding a left hook, and those punches still sound like thunder. No, that left hook was on, bro. Again, the haters gonna hate, bro. Haters gonna hate. Devil's Advocate, pound for pound number 1 on the chat. $2. Wilder should put all his energy into AJ fight. No, too soon. Mo Brains, $2. What elite coach would be a good fit for Wilder? Thinking emoji. Ken Porter. Ken Porter, that's who I want. Ken Porter's training philosophy and methods are exactly what Wilder needs. Ken Porter will have Wilder in the best fighting shape he's ever been in, or he's quitting boxing. Or he's quitting. Because he'll either fire Ken or get in the best shape of his life. Hook like Berlanga, $2. Quote-unquote family man smashed his brother's girl, crying out loud. Allegedly. You don't even know if that's true, bro. You don't even know if that's true. Zadil, right? I think. Let me see. Zadith? I don't know. What would Siri call this?
Zadich.
Zadif. Zadi. Welcome to the prospect level. Shout out Zadi. We got James with the counter. Welcome back. Ken Porter, man. Speak it into existence. Ken Porter, bro, he won't give 2 shits about Wilder. And all that tough guy shit. He will whip his ass into shape. Both technically, he will break him down. He will have Wilder jabbing like this. I'm telling you. I've seen Ken at work, bro. He would break that Wilder down back to the beginning.
Hey, do you know any updates on the morale situation with this guy having visa issues?
Nah. Same thing you know, the visa.
Right.
Yo, Ness, I don't think that would be a good coach for him, man. Just my personal opinion right there, man.
Who,
You know,
Ken?
Yeah, man.
Right.
That's too. Nah, man. He needs a more laid back approach, man.
Nah, he needs someone. He needs someone just like that. That's gonna snap that whip, crack that whip, not give 2 shits about your bronze bomb ass. Get in the fucking gym and do what I told you. Hit the bag, grab that rope. That's what you need, bro. He definitely need that. All these fucking friends that he got around him, he need that.
I mean, well, shit. Why not Derrick James? Because, you know, Derrick James is trying to kick kids out of the gym and shit like that. So, I mean, that might be a good fit. You know,
Yeah, no, and Derrick slows everything down, too. Look at how you see Alicia Bumgarner doing power. Look how Earl always did power. He would slow it down, bring it back to the basics for Wilder as well.
Yeah, man, but elite wins with Wilder, man, he ain't got too many though, man. This is shit I be talking about. Where
It's all right. We only need one more. We only need one win after 40 to get in the books. You hating?
Yeah, and
no,
it's
I'm
not his fault.
Like,
how many
really
two division heavyweights out there? How many 2-time heavyweights out there? And how many heavyweights out there that have won a world title after 40? Stop hating. Man, stop rushing greatness.
Very few.
Exactly.
Very few. But the thing
so
is, when
he got his eyes on a prize.
Whoa! When you look at the quality names on his resume, he got lesser value names than Derek Chisora and Dillian White.
Yeah, Derek Chisora never beat none of them names you talking about. He only lost to them names.
Didn't he beat Ottawa Lynn, which is actually a better win than probably most of Wilder's resume?
No.
Did he also beat Joe Joyce?
Nobody ever thought Odo Valin was better than Lewis.
Joe Joyce, though?
Who?
But didn't he beat Joe Joyce though?
Who?
Chisora.
I guess.
And who hasn't beat Joe Joyce?
Okay. Whoa! Don't start that. Wilder hasn't. Wilder hasn't beat nobody like that.
They never fought.
How can he beat him if he
somebody
hasn't
more
fought
dangerous? He beat somebody more dangerous than Luis Ortiz.
Robert Helenius. Yeah, Robert Helenius, right.
No, Luis Ortiz. Right. And what's wrong with Robert Helenius? Common opponent with AJ.
fuck out of here. He took a dive too, man. Like, come on, bro. He took a fucking dive. But either way it goes, but shit. But
I
Dillian,
don't know
but
what I
Dillian
don't know
White,
what them
man.
Alabama dudes did to you when you lived out there, but your hate for Wilder needs to be studied.
But nah, but real shit though, man. But like, but look at Dillian White's resume. You cannot argue that his resume is not better than Wilder's.
Yeah, I
He
mean
out
he
there
got to
beat
win.
Joseph
He
Parker.
got to win over Parker.
All right, all right, all right.
He beat,
Listen,
he beat
see,
Lucas Brown.
listen,
He
my
beat Lucas
God,
Brown, which is
my God.
somebody
That's the
with
bell.
Lucas.
That's the bell. Wilder got a draw with Fury, and Dillian got knocked out by Fury. Wilder lost unanimous decision to Joe Parker, and Dillian beat Joe Parker, but it was a super tough fight for him as well. I watched that fight. He was hanging over that top belt, that top rope like he was wet clothes on a clothesline. We got, I think Malcolm got a counter.
Yo, and the guy said, he's called in before and said that, the heavyweight division has been in trouble for a long time, and we know this. And when the top guys, it was obvious. How long have we been watching for that Wilder AJ fight? And all the excuses, like a lot of top guys didn't want to fight Wilder at the time, so he had to fight who is available, I guess, and who is there. I mean, there's some fights that you can argue and say he could have fought this guy and that guy. Yeah,
Wilder doesn't have to rush. Look, he's in position. Usyk's on his last fight. He's probably going to win to Dubois, lose to Dubois. Those belts are getting vacated if he wins. Wilder would be in position. He would have maybe 1-2 more fights, hopefully, by the time that happens. And we'll reassess. Malcolm, counter.
Yo. Is my audio good? Because I have the mic on me right now.
What? You good?
Okay, we good. Hey, shout out CBV. Yo, Ron, shout outs to you, bro. Called in earlier. Yep. You just jumped on. That was fucked up, man. Who hasn't beat Joe Joyce? I should have been waiting for a little bit. But look, Ness, I was already saying it earlier. Cause I feel like everybody who's coming on the negative side of Wilder, I don't know if you're labeling everybody as a hater. I personally just don't think he's gonna come back. But I said I would like for him to prove me wrong. Now I don't know what's your options for coaches. But the one person I would love for him to work with or just have with him in his camps would be Lennox Lewis. I felt like Emmanuel Stewart was one of the greatest coaches of all times, and he gave Lennox Lewis one of the greatest jabs of all time. I have Lennox Lewis up there in my top 3 of heavyweights. Wilder with an amazing jab, or if he was able to just utilize that jab better, he started to pick it up yesterday, but if he just started to really, just have that nucleus jab, man, a nice pop, a nice flick with it, educated, change levels with it, he could just set so much shit up with it, and I would love for him to have somebody like Lennox Lewis. Coaches, I'm pretty bad with that, RIP to Emmanuel Stewart again. But I felt like that would have been a great fit. I think I've called in. I've said some shit about that like almost a year ago. But we also have this saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and I'm just not sure if like he might learn some shit in camp. You might look good on the mitts, but then when you're in the ring, sometimes these guys just revert to them old selves. We kind of seen it with Wilder, and I think the main thing we're not thinking about. Yes, him and, if I'm right, Wilder picked up boxing at like 19 or 21, something like that. George Foreman, I think, started around a little younger than him. But I can't recall Foreman going through a trilogy as severe as the Fury trilogy with Wilder. I felt like that's really what did it. And
George Foreman's an Olympian.
I could have sworn he picked it up at 18. I might be wrong because I kind of
he got a medal. George Foreman was on the stage with the flag. That's a memorable moment.
Well, I gotta look then, but I could have sworn he started a little later. But that Fury trilogy took a lot out, man. Between the punishment, physically and mentally, and I just personally don't think Wilder can come back from that. Damn, man, he just seems like a shadow of his former self. Maybe that confidence, like you're saying with the whole Bum of the Month tour, might kick it in, but I just feel that this is something. It's like we say, man. You lose something every fight, and I think he lost too much. But that's all I wanted to say. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You feel me? If he could prove me wrong, shout outs to that. Shout outs to you, Ness.
All right, all right. We're going to have Jihad Tucker at 11 a.m. Monday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Las Vegas time. That post can be found on the community page and on the Patreon page. Keeping these phone lines moving, we got TB. TB.
Yo, Ness, can you hear me?
We hear you.
Yes, sir. So yeah, man, I think it's possible, but they gotta, like you said, they gotta start improving his training, footwork, all that. I know you mentioned a few trainers, but I think they're pandering too much. I don't know if it's Nelson Lopez or whoever is around him gassing him up. Like they need to get all those cameras out of the gym, all that dancing bachata shit he doing. He need to get that shit out of there because it's not gonna work if he's not improving on the past habits he's had. Like we bring up Foreman, but I'm gonna be honest, his cross guard, his defense was way better than Wilder's. Yes, he probably kept his hands low a lot. His head movement was better. Shit, I probably thought his footwork was better. So even at his older age, like, so there's a lot of things Wilder got to do. Like they need to be on some drill sergeant shit. Like, for example, I used to play D1 football. When you would do a drill wrong, footwork, you would mess up a cone, they would stop that whole drill, make you do that shit over again. You know what I mean? They need to be on some shit like that. Like, yo, stop putting your hands low. Do that shit over again. No, start over. Start over. Get in the back of the line. Do some shit like that. You need to stop pandering and thinking the shit he's doing is actually precise because it's definitely not. Like he's been out, but you can tell nothing has improved. So they need to fix that shit. Otherwise, it's not gonna look good. Like, because think about it, how much better you gonna get fighting bums and you still haven't improved on your past habits. That shit's not gonna work. You know what I mean? We're gonna see a lot in these next few fights, but yeah, man, they need to fix that shit right now. That's the only way it's gonna work. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they're still gassing him up because he has a name and you know what I mean that the people he dealing with finally get to deal with somebody big instead of telling them straight up like they're thinking about it as the money. Oh yeah, Walter got a name. Yup, we're gonna build him up and get him to this fight. Nah, bro, actually be like, yo, if I'm gonna be in this shit, bro, you gotta improve. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts on that?
I think he definitely needs improvement, bro. And I think that Ken Porter is the dude to do that. You know, he's a no nonsense type of trainer. Certainly a trainer that's going to have you in the best shape of your life. You know, he's dealt with countless Olympians and amateurs outside of taking his own son to 2 world titles. You know, he's worked closely with Barry Hunter, Earl Spence, Lamont Peterson. I mean, you name it, he's worked with them. So I think it's Ken Porter. He's not busy. He's not training anybody. Wilder's the perfect guy to bring Ken out of retirement.
Ness, you got connections in that camp or something? Can you let them know like to actually do that? Like, you know what I mean?
I text Ken this morning on WhatsApp and on text, bro. If he hits me back, I'm gonna throw the idea at him, and then I will try and get it across to
I
the
don't know
other
if they're even
side.
thinking about Ken Porter right now. They probably still think, oh, he looks good. It's his first fight. Nah, bro. Like, let's start this shit now. Let's just keep it 100. That shit was basura. That shit was trash.
Word.
I'm being for real. That shit.
Before you say like basura trash, right? The fight before, if you notice the difference in his jabs, right? Because I'm watching him, and in his jab in his previous fight, he was pushing.
That's
He was
natural.
he was pushing his jab though. He was throwing it from here, and it was like a cautious jab, trying to like get distance, like a distant finder. In this fight right here, at least he was putting things behind it. He was working off the jab. And when Hermes tried to come in, He was meeting him at the front door. Yo, he couldn't get around Deontay's jab last night. He couldn't get around it. He was frustrated. And then
So
Deontay
what
Wilder
happens
was
when he
doing.
meets somebody that got head movement and
Well,
footwork?
hold up. See, you're putting the cart before the horse. And we already know, we can agree that he's not on that level and he
All right.
needs work.
Yeah,
Right?
he
So we
needs
can
work,
agree
bro.
to
We
that.
gotta
I'm
bring
saying,
in.
like,
We gotta bring
I
in
agree, but
Richard
we need to
What's
Torres
they need to
wrong?
address it.
What's
They need to
wrong with
address
a
it
build?
now.
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
okay. Yes,
Like right now,
I'm in
like
agreement with
right
that.
now. All right. I appreciate it.
Okay.
I
Hey
appreciate it.
man, we need to
Yeah.
bring in Richard Torres. We need to bring in Jared Anderson. And who was the other guy I said? Lanier Perot. Those dudes are not gonna respect Wilder at all. And all the trainer needs to do is say, look, don't give me 100% power. Give me 100% intensity.
Right.
Give me 50, 70% power in
I
sparring.
want to
I
want
want
see
you to
you just
push
be
him.
able to touch the
Yeah.
person and
Touch
get
him, but push
accuracy.
him. Push him.
Yes, but
Push him. Make
yeah,
that hard.
yep,
Work on
right,
that D. Throw punches at him so
right,
he's forced. Because this is what
right.
he's on
To
that
think
52.
in
He's on a
situations.
52 block type shit. Like that shit ain't gonna work.
Right,
52 blocks, bro. Keep
right.
that shit defense right there. Bang,
And
bang,
and,
bang.
and the thing is, for a man so tall at 6'7", right, he can just tuck his elbow into his side right here, and if he has to become a
Man,
block boot, just bend from the knees. It
Hold on,
blocks
James.
man, Ness,
Hold on.
you good?
Nathan, I don't know if you heard me. I said Richard Torres for sparring. Bring him in for
sparring.
sparring, because that's
Yes,
Wilder's already a deer in the headlights. He looks nasty when the shots come at him. He doesn't. So work on that in defense. Punches coming at you. Lots of punches. High intensity. But go ahead, James.
Nah, man, that's crazy work, man. Like you want him to spar, and bro, he won't make it to his next fight, man. But I'm be serious though, man. Right now, Wilder was a great champion at one point in time, man. He was a great spokesman for the sport. He was a great representative for all African Americans, you know. But when the nigga said family man, though, man, can't be fucking your brother's goddamn girls and shit if you want to be a family man. But that's neither here nor there. That just means you're a selfish nigga. But he did represent the WBC belt, I guess, well, in a sense, because the 10 title defenses, but it is what it is. But on a serious note, the fight that Wilder needs, man, it's a safe fight. I believe it still can be a little bit dangerous, but it'll be good for both fighters, man. He needs to fight Jake fucking Paul. I've been saying it in the background for the longest. I said it 2 years ago, and I still believe that today. He
bro.
needs
You
to
want to
fight
get
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul killed?
He-
Come on, Jake Paul would never
Are
do
you
no
sure?
dumb.
Are you sure about that? Are you really sure about that? Are you really sure about
I
that? Because I mean, from what I've seen in the evolution of Jake Paul and the evolution of Wilder, I think Jake Paul is progressing to be a better fighter, at least in this current state of boxing. But that's just
you
my
know what
personal
he's
opinion.
gonna do
I'm
better? You know what he's gonna do better? He's
What's
gonna
he gonna do?
swing
But
right into the
he's
right
gonna
hand
land some
better than
shit.
everybody else.
I think he ain't scared of that. I think he ain't scared of no fucking Wilder. I think he'll
Okay,
actually throw some more punches,
okay.
some clubbing
You
shots.
sound like
I'll
a
tell you
type of
that.
dude that if you were in front of a
Type of
45,
dude that.
you'd be like, shoot me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't believe, oh, really? Like, you don't think that thing is gonna like put you down? Like, okay. Keep staring down the barrel of that gun. Yeah, what
Look,
does
man.
this do?
I mean, look,
Deontay Wilder can
and
still put the lights out with one punch, bro. One
are you sure
punch.
about that? Are you
I
sure
am
about that? Because
positive.
he was gifted.
Listen,
He was gifted last night. So what the fuck you talk about can put somebody
what
down
you
with one
mean
punch? I
gifted?
think that
Whoa,
shit's
whoa, whoa,
old
whoa, whoa,
news.
whoa, whoa, back
He
that
was
up.
gifted.
Gifted.
He ain't put
Gifted
he ain't
what?
putting the
He
dude
didn't lose
down
a
with one
round.
punch. He ain't
He
put it,
didn't lose a
bro.
round.
Oh
How was
man,
he gifted? He didn't lose a round.
Jesus
Name me
Christ!
a round that
It
guy
was a
won.
shit fight. It was a
Hold
shit
on.
fight
Whoa,
overall.
how do you get off saying
You can't
gift?
act like Wilder was
Whoa, whoa,
landing
whoa, whoa,
everything.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Cause
Let's address
goddamn,
that.
Herndon was making a miss. Herndon was making a miss. If you want to keep
Okay,
it
but
real, Herndon was
name me a
making a
round
miss.
Hearn won.
So
Name me a
I
round
don't know,
Hearn
man.
won.
Maybe round three. Maybe round three was maybe a
Get the
pick'em. Maybe round three was a pick'em. No, I'm being serious. Maybe round three was a
But
pick'em.
and I'm
But
being
besides that,
serious. You
no.
come up on here and you say he
Yeah.
was gifted a win. Don't give the fans an impression that he was
No.
gifted. He went in
He
there.
was no. He was that fight was supposed to go decision last night. You and I both know that fight was supposed to go
Really?
decision last night. And the
Really?
referee, yes, really.
I
Yes, really.
thought it was
Yes,
just a
fucking
matter of
really.
time. You know what? You saved that man from
No.
becoming a
But
meme.
it's cool though. No.
He was
I don't need
gassed.
to
That
save him
dude
from being
was
a meme.
gassed. That dude was
Can't
gas.
wait
He
till he
could
come
barely
back.
stand up from the ground when he got pushed
But
down.
look,
feel like it's
I'll
your
say
turn.
this:
That dude was
Jake Paul,
done.
Jake
He
Paul
needed
is
a
a fight
little
for
bit of
Wilder.
help.
Shout out to you.
Get out of here, bro. They
I
spared that
like the
man.
Jake Paul fight for sure. But I still want Wilder to work, get where he needs to get to. But that Jake Paul fight is good. That's a huge fight. Huge fight. If you haven't voted on our poll, please do so. Is the quote-unquote bum of the month path right for Wilder? 50% of the voting audience saying it's perfect for building confidence. 9% say too risky, could lose to a bum. 33% won't help him improve, he's washed. 8% says it worked for Foreman, so yes. And that 33% just keeps dropping. The haters are becoming less and less as more people wake up and see the show. Real quick, don't forget on Monday morning, we're going to have Elia Karazan on the show. She's going to be taking on O'Shea Jones on OTX July 25th. We'll have her on at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're also going to have Jihad Tucker on at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to say 8 a.m. I don't know. The time didn't change, right? So I think it's going to be 8 a.m. West Coast. And we're scheduled to have Hamza Shiraz on at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time Wednesday. So all these people, you can go to our community page. If you're a member and you're typing in the chat, this is part of your membership. Go to the community page, drop these guys one question per member. I'm going to ask that question to that fighter. And yeah, man, we'll get it done. We got wheels.
Yo, can you hear me?
We hear you.
All right, first I'll shout out you, Ness. Shout out Boxing Boy. Shout out the panel. It was a pretty good fight, decent fight. Something to get him back on his feet. But I'm just saying, you know, the whole cash out thing. Who gonna cash out in Wichita, Kansas? Are we serious? And then off of Wichita and then $20 pay-per-views, we gonna cash out off of that? So kill that. And then I do think he need a new coach. Somebody that is gonna push him on. I would really like to see him get in there with Big Charlo's coach.
Ronnie
Ain't it
Shields.
Virgil? Who?
Ronnie Shields.
Yeah. The old, like I said, the Big Charlo's coach.
Yeah.
Ronnie
Shields.
Shields. Okay, Ronnie Shields. Okay.
That's
yeah,
what
man,
I said, man. Ronnie, he trained Terry Norris and Mike Tyson. He trained Philip Hergovich. He got hella heavyweights in his career.
Look what he's
That's a
doing
good
with
coach.
Charlo right now.
Yes.
Look what he's doing with Charlo right now.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I think Canelo chose little brother because big brother, he was scared big brother would whoop him. And that's just my opinion. Because big brother got the better jab and he's able to take more pressure and take more of that power because he's up at he's a naturally higher weight than his little brother. And so that's why I think he chose little Charlo and from 154 to come up instead of older Charlo. Even with Charlo coming off that layoff, I still think he would have gave the better fight to Canelo than little Charlo. But that's just me. But yeah, I would definitely love to see Wilder get in there with him, to get his jab, get his 1-2 going, and then just work on whenever you hurt the guy. Don't go to swinging wild. Just keep throwing them straight. Keep throwing them straight. Because everybody say Wilder, you know, he's not the most skilled. He's not the most talented in the heavyweight division. But if you take these little fights like he's doing now, get back in a rhythm, and then work on that, and you can get back in that zone where 1-2 lay him down. Because I swear he did it for years. So it's not hard. It's like it can't be done because his power ain't going nowhere. Don't every fighter say the last thing to go is power? So that power's still there. And then, you know, it's just like I said, I think Wilder gonna I think he'll be back. I think he can make another championship run. They gonna hate on him. They gonna say washed and all this, all that. But I remember when he first came in, they said he wasn't gonna be nothing, that it was too late for him. But that's my call. Y'all have a good one.
You too, champ. You too. If you're trying to call in, Discord is available. X Space is also available. Marco Boxing, what up? What was your thoughts on the fight?
His energy was definitely better. You know what I mean? He wasn't circling. He didn't seem to have that PTSD energy from the Fury fights. He was planting his feet. He was throwing some shots. He wasn't hurting Homeboy though, really. You know, and I don't know if that Homeboy was just tough, but this dude has been stopped before, right? 4 times, I believe. So I didn't know what to take. Like, it seemed to me like maybe Wilder's power wasn't as devastating as it used to be, but he looked good. I mean, especially after the last 2 or 3 fights we saw, where he looked like, you know, hot barbecued shit. Now he looked good. So, you know, and the thing with Wilder is he's always going to demand fanfare because he's so exciting, because at any moment, dude drop like flies. So, you know, it's good to say, and it's nostalgic. I think a lot of us, like, you know, I think you can't front, right? A little bit of you is like, bring it back to like that 2012, like, okay, there he is again. So
I didn't see that version of him, but I want to see that version of him.
What'd you see?
You didn't watch the fight? Because it was on Black Prime.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, nah, man. I mean, you know, I seen patience. I seen newfound patience. He seemed relaxed, a little bit composed, but, you know, you called it PTSD. I don't know if it's PTSD. I just don't like that whenever someone tries to hit him, right, he gets into this weird 52 block, scary step back, straight
PTSD.
line. You
PTSD.
know, again, maybe that, or maybe just horrible defense. Like, you know, that's why I said Derek James would be good, right? Why? Derek James does pad work with his fighters like he's fighting, right? So he's walking around the ring with Earl, and he's giving you certain combinations, but he's also punching, he's grabbing, he's pushing, you know, and I think that they need to do pad work like that with Wilder. It's like, okay, 1, 2, throw the hook at him. Make sure, get him, I'm sorry. I know these are amateur things, but it's like, I'm watching Herndon throw a hook and Wilder panic. I see panic. I see anxiousness.
Do you think he reacted differently? So before the Fury losses, did he react that same way to offensive bursts?
Yeah, I mean, I seen the same, I seen that same head step back, lean chin in the air. Like, he did it again. Like, bro, somebody will left hook the fuck out of you. A real puncher like Zhang hooked your ass and made you spin the top.
Well, and he's always been...
He's not learning, bro. He's not, like, they're not... Again, it's the trainer. Because it's the trainer that's not doing it over repetitive. The trainer got to be like, no, you're doing it wrong. And keep hitting him in the fucking head.
Well, you know what Breland said? Like, I interviewed Breland years ago.
That's exactly what I think he did.
Yeah, but Breland is too soft.
Was like,
he too soft, bro. I was there.
Listen.
Yeah, but who the fuck can listen to? I mean, yo, shoot the jab. Come on, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. No, you gotta slip the jab. You gotta slip the jab.
Or you might have a point.
Come forward. No, 1, 2, 3. Come on, Wild. You got it.
Get
the fuck out of here. Give me Ken Porter. See if Ken Porter won't take his fucking belt off and whoop Wilder ass there.
But Wilder's always had amateurish habits because he had that equalizer, that neutralizer, that eraser. But
he had them amateur habits. He had them amateur habits because none of his trainers smacked him with the pad. Smack his ass in the fucking face with the pad. But why'd you get smacked? Because you ain't got your hand up.
He was popping off some nice lead lefts yesterday.
Okay. Hey, Marcos, right? You said that you saw that the power, it didn't look like it was there, and that you haven't seen
as much.
As much, right. Now, that's for a reason, okay? When you saw Deontay Wilder in the past, if you haven't caught on to it or noticed, he almost came in all the time with a running start. he would get that two-step running step like that and throw it, you know what I'm saying, with momentum. And that's with the momentum and the power that he holds in the hand, it would cause those vicious knockouts. But if you ever go back and watch him, last night what he did different was he was standing his ground. He wasn't getting a running start, and he was throwing straight from the shoulders is what he was doing. What he's learning how to do is throw different, a different style of throwing punches. But if, you know, people sometimes wouldn't see that because they always just see the power. But go back, I dare you, and see how he set that up. Every knock.
I've watched. I agree with you that he had moments of kind of running, but I don't think most of his punches were thrown from running bursts. He did do that at times, yeah.
Oh,
He had the drop step for sure. He had the illest drop step in boxing.
Yo, he would go boom, 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 you know. And this time he was just standing there, and he was throwing like this, boom, 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 boom. So he did know how to stick to the game plan, you know. And then he got wild. He lost control. He was
throwing lead left hooks. Let's talk about that. He was throwing some nice lead left hooks.
That's what I said.
He threw a cheeky uppercut. He threw one.
People have been so negative, and that's what I'm saying. You got to look at the glass half full. It's like what he did good. The jab was perfect. Not perfect, but it was working.
It was good, yeah.
It was working, but not perfect, but it was working. And then he implemented the hook off the jab. Like, yo, we're working. Give me 3 more fights, and we'll reassess. Let me get to this newly submitted Border Wars anthem.
Hey, TBD, shout out. OGJP, Long Beach forever, let's go. I done got up off that couch. I could lose a few pounds, baby mama running her mouth. I'm about this house, straight on up to that gym. Strapped up, I'm locked in. Yes, 3 rounds on them ropes, 3 rounds on them mitts. Working on my technique like a robot, I'm a tech geek. Got a brand new Nike tech fleece. When it's time need I say check please. Stay down, bend 10 toes, keep it old school Nintendo. Now the bar raised, they in limbo. In the back, y'all call me Kimbo. Fuck around with me, get that counter punch for free. I'm the GOAT, this is my yard. Don't play up in my ring. I'm the boss out in Cali, nigga. Bada boom, bada bing. I'm the boss out in Cali, nigga. Bada boom, bada bing. This is Border War. We the warriors. You wanna go to war? My nigga, pour for war. We all legends here. Let's make it clear. I serve niggas. Call me Belvedere. I'm from the trenches, nigga. I need Clarissa Shields. I'm from the trenches, nigga. I need Clarissa Shields. I'm from the trenches, nigga. I need Clarissa Shields. I'm from the trenches, nigga. I need Clarissa Shields. Fuck around with me. Get that counter punch for free. I'm the GOAT, this is my yard. Don't play up in my ring. I'm the boss out in Cali, nigga. Bada boom, bada bing. I'm the boss out in Cali, nigga. Bada boom, bada bing. Counter punches and them super cats. I'm a real nigga. I ain't used to that. I'm the GOAT, this is my yard. Don't play up in my ring. Counter punches and them super cats. I'm a real nigga. I ain't used to that.
I'm on the show. How do you guys Mama said I have to figure out a place? No,
oh shit! I'm about to get flagged. Certainly got flagged for that 7 seconds. That's the most popular 7 seconds in the world right now. I have to tell JP who submitted that he needs to certainly get that mixed and mastered. The vocals are too low. So we definitely need that mix and master so we could replay it and listen to it again, see where that's at after the mix and master. If you are on X Spaces, go ahead and hit that retweet, repost. If you're listening on X Spaces, hit that retweet, repost. If you're on X Live Video, there's almost 500 of you. I need you to go ahead and hit that retweet, repost. Here on YouTube, we got about 600. We need you to also hit that thumbs up and subscribe, the notification bell as well. All right, let's see. We got some super chats we got to get to before we get back to the phone lines.
Yo, Ness, so that was supposed to be the theme song for Border Wars?
Well,
or
that was a submission. That was a submission for the theme song for Border Wars. You know, that is our third submission. If you want to submit one, you can do that.
No, I'm not. I'm no rapper. No, but I thought maybe he should focus less about spinning the block and making guap, and focus more on the fighters. You know what I mean? The lyrics.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
so
listen, that's what you're here for. You got to critique it. He played it.
it was like
This is a submission. It's not like he won, right? You know, so far we got a couple other guys that submitted some fire for sure, specifically catered to Border Wars. So, you know. We got Javier Oliveres, $2. Wilder got a medal too, the bronze bomber. Come on.
Oh yeah, George Foreman won his gold medal in the 1986 Mexico City Olympics.
He faking like he remember in his mind. Get your AI ass out of here. We all know you Googled it.
No. The dude asked me the question. The dude asked me the. Okay, but I didn't have it. I didn't have it in front of me.
There's only one Deontay Wilder.
It was 68.
Yeah, something like
it was
that.
68.
My man hit the lean back. He hit the lean back like,
earlier on the show, me and this dude, he asked me about it. Earlier on the show, the dude asked me about it, and I looked it up, and then we just kept going, so I erased it. But I try to remember what I read.
Stock Chasers, did you reschedule Alberto Puello? So they not moving from that time, bro. The only time they got is 12:20 Monday. And like, bro, that literally means I gotta be live for 6 hours and 20 minutes, then do the interview. You kidding me? That's almost impossible.
Hey yo, Marco, how dare Ness call me out on my AI when he's the AI king?
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
If you ain't using AI, you losing your job to someone that is.
You see how he is? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to like bring facts, and he done call me out on it when he's the lead man. He's got a black belt in AI.
Hell
you know
yeah!
What I mean?
Hell yeah! Hey, listen. When they start sending out, lining the people up for the chip, I'm lining up. I want the chip, so the AI is just in there. It's like,
come on, Ness, don't
I
do
just
that.
think about
Don't
it, and
do
it already
that.
looks it up, bro.
Would you really do that?
Fuck it, bro. Did you ever see the episode?
that,
Did
Ness.
you ever see the episode of Black Mirror with the chip?
Nah.
I'm gonna see, and that's why I love AI. I'm gonna ask AI, what's the episode of Black Mirror with the memory chip?
Yes,
He's like, sign me up. You see, I saw that movie with the chip with what was it? The Golden, whatever, those agents, and what was his name that was in it? God damn it. They remember at the end they blew up everybody's head, and it went off like fireworks.
It was such a fire episode, bro. Just typing it to AI right now, I'm like, damn, that's a rewatch, bro. That's a rewatch. I think it's called The Entire History of You, episode 3. A device called The Grain. Bro, you know why it's fire? Because like right now, right, I literally, like I said, I always say the story that I got in the elevator with Al. I could literally just take that memory and fucking throw it on video right now for everyone to watch.
Oh, I got
you. Yo, you could be hosting. It's like, bro, oh, you never see me fight? And your memory of your fucking fight, Marco, you throw it on the wall, projector style. Bro, people, I get everybody, oh, Ness, they're going to control you. Fuck all that scary shit, bro. The advancement, the enhancement of that shit is the thought of it, bro. You got to watch that episode. Homie got his girl banged, right? So he runs down on a dude and he forces him with a cut bottle to show him the memory of his girl getting banged, bro. God damn. Yeah, no, shit's crazy like that. Everybody got a catalog of. Imagine your iPhone in your head. But then you can fucking just airdrop. Like, I can send you memories. And remember, you forget shit. This is ending Alzheimer's. You'll never forget now. It's cataloged. It's an absolute beast of an episode that needs to be further developed into a movie. It's an amazing episode. It's an amazing episode.
You guys aren't touching on Chavez. Paul?
Yeah, I'm doing a live fight chat later.
Who you got in that fight?
The fans win because Avis Griffin and Julian Rodriguez is going to be a fucking absolute fight. Then you got Floyd Schofield and Tevin, another great fight. And then you got for the hardcores, you got the unification title defense for Zurdo versus Doctitos. Even though Doctitos is coming off 2 years layoff almost, he's still a big ass puncher and he's a Cuban school boxer. So for Zurdo, the smaller man moving up, we got to see what he got. Can he take the power of a Doctitos? And in terms of Jake Paul and I don't really care about that. But shout out to my
who
my
you
editor.
got,
He made me a dope thumbnail. What
I'm
for
curious,
Jake
both of
and
you guys.
I got Jake, of course. Who the fuck is picking fucking Chavez, Cokehead Chavez over Jake? Who's doing that?
What about you? Round one. Yeah,
You're
muted. And I'm curious, the Schofield fight. Who you got with Schofield too?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dorticos.
Jake Paul,
That's right. I've been saying Dortitos. My bad. Dorticos.
I think Jake Paul doesn't really take a fight he doesn't know he can't win. He's like his probability game and shit. He's gonna win that fight.
Okay.
I want to know what's gonna happen in the Holly Holm fight. I just want to see.
Bro, you see how smoked out she looked at the weigh-in? Bro,
yeah,
that girl got to be losing
always
40 pounds. I mean, but she's cutting. She's
Schofield
cutting
bad too, though.
massive amount of weight.
Nah,
obviously.
but Schofield looked ripped, but
skinny.
I mean,
his face, like.
Yeah, but he's gonna fill in good. He's young.
I got Floyd, by the way. I got Floyd beating
Really?
Foreman. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm leaning towards the experience. Him having all that experience, world class level fighters. Tevin Farmer, and I don't really think that Floyd Schofield has fought the kind of guys that he has.
Oh, he hasn't. But this could be his coming out party.
Now, if I was gambling on athleticism, youth. There's nothing that's Floyd does that is really like spectacular. Let's just be honest. If we were talking about skill for skill, shit.
I disagree, man.
I think they're
he has
there.
amazing speed and power.
Yeah, but doesn't Tevin Farmer?
Explosive. Not like.
Bro, somebody got tagged me in that video. They posting way too much. That Holly
I
Holmes
saw
video,
him drop William Cepeda with a nice.
I think this is
sat him down.
Nah, this is an interview of that weigh-in video. She looks smoked right there.
Yeah.
What do you mean by smoked? Like skinny?
Fuck
no, but yeah,
bro.
she
was looking.
The preacher's daughter.
Crazy, bro.
The preacher's daughter cut a lot of weight for this fight.
Nah, the preacher's daughter looking fucking. She looking right. She came in right. But Holly looked like she fucking bro. She looked like she meffed out.
No, that is Holly Holmes. The preacher's daughter is her nickname in the UFC. Her father's a preacher.
Well, the other girl, the Spanish girl, she looked right.
Who was the coal miner's daughter?
Yolanda.
Julanda.
Round one. Who was the coal miner's daughter? Let's test your trivia. Who was the coal miner's daughter? Who was that?
Come on, Christy Martin, man. We got OG, PBC. Everybody watch the documentary.
Yo, what's good?
What up?
Hey, round one. Please say Deontay Wilder, not Dante Wilder. Come on, man.
Excuse me?
I kept on here. It's not Dante.
It's Deontay.
Yeah, he kept on saying Dante. Yeah, man. We know you don't watch Wilder. Ness, what's Franchon Cruz's trainer?
Barry Hunter.
What?
We need Barry Hunter. That nigga gonna snatch the wig off of Wilder when he acting stupid.
Yeah, I mean
that nigga snatched the wig off of Franchon Cruz.
I like that.
We need Kenny Porter. He gonna fight Wilder if he act up. He tried to fight Bud. Remember back in the day. Yeah, man. But look, man.
But that's why you want Kenny. That's why you want Kenny because he don't give a fuck if you popular.
Exactly. He gonna slap you.
Exactly.
Like he did. What's his name? What was your homeboy? Barbershop?
Yeah, chill, yo. Come on. Come on. Why you gonna bring that up? Try to embarrass that man. Old news.
Well, he gonna slap that nigga. And I want Brian Jennings, nigga. He was talking shit back in the day. That nigga eating cabbage and greens. I want him next, man. Brian Jennings been getting beat up by everybody. Let's get it in. But Ness, you knocking out all these haters, man. These niggas calling back in, being nice. Man, Ness knows how to tame these haters, bro. Let's keep it real, man. You gonna get kicked next time, nigga. That's my call, man.
All right.
All right. Yo, my man, just to clear things up, I guess we're like you're seeing me up here, we're meeting each other for the first times, right? I have a problem with that, pronouncing names. And for 5 years I've been on my channel, everybody knows that I had developed a speech problem because of my lifestyle. I no longer took people's names in. And when I came 10 years later out and was just like, becoming social, I started noticing I couldn't record your name. I could no longer develop because you didn't mean anything to me as we passed through in life.
That was
how
that
my
was
mentality
part of the
was.
explanation you could have left out.
No. I'm just saying people
You
were
didn't mean
not
shit, so I don't remember your name.
right. That's why I convinced myself, just in case our paths ever crossed, it would be nothing to have to do what I had to do.
Oh, you a
So
killer now. Check
I
out
didn't make
Sonny
friends.
from Bronx Tale.
No. It was just real talk
Kalijah.
because I didn't think we would be around long enough just for me to get to know your name. So I was in cities, out of cities, here and there, going, traveling. That was just my
you was the
lifestyle.
hitman. You was the hitman.
But by time, stop it, Ness. But this is real shit. Like by time I fucking stopped, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm like my pops, and like we talking boxing shit, and I
Charles,
got into
you're
it.
dead.
You know what I'm saying? I got into it, right? Then I started noticing, yo, dog, you never took anybody's name down. It was like you could come up to me, talk to me. 10 seconds later, I wouldn't even know what the hell you said in your name. It's just that whatever I needed from you or you from me or blah, blah, blah. I didn't have time for that. I was so it affected me later. Like now. Like I want to report now. And I talk about it several times on my channel. It's a real thing for me, bro. I did this to myself.
Those
I did this to myself.
All right.
Huh?
Those Boston streets, they got you.
All right.
Hey,
we
it
got
is what it is, brother.
Laugh Out
I didn't
Loud
want to know
Pillow.
your name.
So you was part of the town, robbing banks.
Stop it, bro.
You had the
Stop
mask
it. No, I
on.
never
You had the
did any of
mask
that.
on.
I'm a choir boy. I love
on.
boxing. I have never done anything wrong. You know what I mean?
What's
That's
the matter with you, man? Get the bat, Mickey. Pillow.
Fuck you.
Pillow. Brandon.
Laugh out loud, pillow. What up, H-Town?
Yeah, Philly special, right? He gave us that backstory just because he said Dante. All you gotta say is Deontay. He went and gave us the whole.
I got receipts.
Mickey from the Bronx.
People on my channel know that on my channel, people know that I change your name. They always say it. If everyone change your name,
story.
Like
What up, Brandon?
I mean, Ness has
Come
been
on.
calling me Marcos for years.
This
so,
has
I
been
mean,
going on for years with me, for over 5 years.
I'm gonna let your homies finish their little diatribe about their names that none of us give a fuck about. No, I'm just kidding, guys. What's going on, fellas?
What up?
What up, blood?
How y'all feeling, man?
Straight.
Just
What up?
FYI, as far as the night, I'm excited for the fight. Not really excited for the main event. I'm not really a big Jake Paul guy, but I am excited for the undercard. I put a 4-leg parlay together with upsets. I got Dorticos pulling off the upset. I got Tevin pulling off the upset.
Damn.
And I have Hammer Hands pulling off the upset, which
Lord
I
have
actually think is
mercy.
probably going to happen.
Lord of
But I
mercy.
got Jake Paul winning. That's the only favorite I got on the parlay. $10 wins me 1,500. I don't think none of those are super duper far fetched, but just a FYI. But as far as Deontay Wilder, I didn't bother to watch the fight because I knew exactly what it was, because I knew exactly what this was. This is a guy that just got knocked out by a prospect. It is what it is. It was there for Wilder to look good. If this is his last fight, at least he gets to leave out on a win. I haven't really listened to the show, but anybody calling in saying Tim Ortiz is going to help him beat a top name in the heavyweight division, a Dubois, fucking Usyk, a Chisora, any of those guys, Ajit Kaya Bill, you just wishing on a star. At this point, it is who it is. The days of Wilder being a heavyweight champion or a big time player in this game, top 5, top 10 guy, are long gone. If you're a Wilder fan and you just want to see him beat up on guys like this, niggas who deliver water in the daytime and box at night, then best of luck to you. If you fuck with Wilder like that and you just want to see him keep fighting and you get the yellow bomb squad, that's what it's gonna be. But he'll never be the top 10 guy. There's no amount of training that will prepare him to be the Adjikaya Bill or Usyk or Dubois, any of those names, or Moses Atama. It ain't gonna happen. Somebody posted it in the Discord. I don't know how old it is, but this nigga had one of his trainers bouncing a ball, like a red bouncy ball at him. He was trying to dodge the red bouncy ball. And that was the training he was doing. Like, goofy shit, bro. Like, what is that? Then the shit last fight where he was doing the spin moves, bobbing and weaving against the pool noodle and hitting the spin move. Like, what is that stupid shit? Like, and this is the guy y'all thinking 10 Chitlin circuit fights against cab drivers that he'll somehow become champion again? Like, let that go. Let that dream go. It ain't a trainer in the world other than Jesus himself
Ken Porter
that can get this man. Ken Porter. He can't even get the Montgomery brothers. And all the other guys he had guys that didn't put out the shit. The Montgomery brothers, what his name, Lennox Allen, or what's the Jamaican guy, or whatever he is. He ain't. Come on, man. You wishing on a star. It ain't
them
gonna
dudes
happen.
wasn't disciplined. That's why he let them go. That's why I'm saying Ken Porter's the real thing.
Man, listen, man. And if I go over, I'll send you 5. But listen, man. Wilder did exactly what Floyd did to a degree.
Yo, caller, I just want to know what your point is, right, about Wilder, right? Because you're saying that what is it? You want us just to give up on him as fans? He didn't do what he did.
I don't want you to give up on him as fans. If you want
right? Okay,
if you enjoy watching Wilder, let me answer your question, brother. Let me answer your question. I don't need you to even finish it. What I want you to do as fans is, if you enjoy watching Deontay Wilder, let him fight on this level. This is the level he needs to be at if you want to see him continue to win.
And what I'm saying is,
if you want him to somehow becoming a champion again, it ain't gonna happen.
Hold on, wait. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. See, because you're not optimistic. You only see things, I guess, one way. Because if Usyk wins this fight against Dubois and retires, guess what happens? Those belts get vacated and they go out through the division. And if you don't think one of the organization is going to put Wilder to a shot to fight a vacated title, see, those are opportunities.
But he's got to fight but against the vacate, he's going to have to fight against Adjikaya Bill. For that vacated title.
It's not whoever you want and what you think. I'm talking about opportunity, and you're just saying that it's got to be this dramatic hard way. Yes, he might not be able to fight some of those top guys, but what if an opportunity lands in your lap?
First of all, in order to become to fight for a vacant title, you got to be ranked 1 or 2.
No, correct? You got to have a big name nowadays. Oh yeah, Manny Pacquiao. Tell me.
Killing you.
Is he a mandatory, or is he fighting a voluntary defense?
He's coming out of 5 years inactivity.
Brother, answer my question. Is he a mandatory?
Answer my question. You started it.
Yes, you just said he can fight for a vacant title. In order to fight for a vacant title, you have to be ranked number 1 or number 2. Manny is fighting a voluntary against a champion. He's not fighting for a voluntary belt. A vacant belt.
Brother, so that point is pointless. You're sitting here acting like no organization in boxing has ever boosted up somebody in the ranking. Ryan Garcia and Rolly.
Give me an example.
Ryan Garcia and Rolly. I'm giving you examples. I'm beating you up, man. Come on, man. I'm beating at this, bro. I'm cooking you, man.
So Ryan, so first of all, Ryan and Rolly fought for a Reggie title.
It's a battle. And now he elevated.
And neither one of them fought 10 chitlin circuit fights to get put there.
It don't matter.
They fought decent.
Now you're moving the goalposts. You got cooked.
You're moving the goalposts.
Yeah,
I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm not moving the goalposts. You compared it to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is a voluntary defense for a champion.
He gave you 2 examples, man. He gave you 2 examples. You mad you got cooked.
Nah, like I said, I'll go out. If I go over, I'll counterpunch you. But nah, man, nobody's gonna justify moving up Wilder against over a Moses Atama, a Ajit Kaya Bill, guys that are in rank, putting in work. Cause he went on 10 Chitlin circuit fights. You wishing on a fucking star. His name don't ring like
We
that
gotta
no
let
more.
you go,
He
man.
was
That's the
just fighting
bell,
in
man.
Kansas.
That's
I
the
just
bell,
said
man.
I'll go over. I said I'll pay you a cover if I go over, bro.
Again? That's already like you got your free call, then a counter. This will be your second counter. You sure you
This
want
would
to
be the
waste
second
time?
one. Yeah. That's cool.
You
Come on,
really
what
like
you? Am I
Wilder?
sure?
You really like Wilder,
Nah, am I
huh?
sure?
Well, no,
Like the answer, bro.
I'm
Question.
saying it from a standpoint of I thought you didn't care for Wilder.
Oh yeah. I want you to try to convince me that. Now you said you've been doing a good job of convincing the haters. I told y'all what this nigga was years ago. I was the first realist about Wilder.
Hey man,
So
we got
do a good job of
George
convincing me.
Foreman.
Do a good job of convincing me that the nigga that's doing spin moves in training camp is gonna be a top name in this fucking division.
We got George Foreman. He didn't get his belt till 45. Wilder's only 39. We got time. We ain't rushing.
Bro,
We got
Wilder
this
ain't
next
never
fight.
have or never
We
will
got
be
this
George
next
Foreman,
fight.
bro.
We got this next fight in
He
South
won his first bout
Korea.
young.
Wilder never
Wilder has
fought.
never
Wilder.
Wilder never have or ever will be Wilder, bro. Let me tell you what Wilder did a good job of. Not just Wilder, PBC in general. They played on the tribalism of us Americans. Similar to how Floyd played on the tribalism with us, the black versus Mexicans. We knew Floyd's, pretty money made style wasn't that great, but he played on the fact that we wanted to be able to brag to Mexican fans that our guy is better than your guy. That's
His
why he
style
always
wasn't
fought a
great.
Mexican, because he
How
knew
was
the
his
hood
style
would
not
come out to
great?
support him
At what
just to
point
get a
Floyd
win.
wasn't the best?
Wait, when was his style not great?
Brother,
When was it
brother,
not
let me
great?
finish.
When?
Brother. When people were saying Floyd was boring,
People
and he
who
was
was
a
saying it?
runner, but we were
Oh.
still, bro, plenty of
No. That's
people.
what
Are
the
we acting slow?
No. That's what the
Let me tell.
microphone guy that got paid that he was at work reading off a prompt monitor got paid to say. But that's not what the rest of us felt. That's not what we saw with our own two eyes. We weren't blind.
A good
We
portion,
didn't buy into the
a good
narrative.
portion, a good portion of us didn't believe the narrative. I didn't believe the narrative, but there were some people who would say Floyd was boring. You can't sit there and be
I didn't.
disingenuous like that.
Yeah,
I worked with
Well,
a
you
million
want
people who used to say Floyd was
Money
boring.
all right,
Mayweather.
But
fine,
what
Money
Floyd,
fine.
Mayweather
but
was
what
not
Floyd
exciting.
was good, what Floyd was good at, Floyd did a good job of marketing us against Mexican fighters, working on the tribalism of blacks versus Mexicans, and he would
That's
have
true.
the whole hood out there to support him. Where we
That's
was
true.
invested in Floyd just
Are you
getting the win
okay?
so we could have bragging rights.
Are you
That's what the
okay?
man did for years.
Are you okay? Let me tell
Are
you
you
something right
okay?
now. Let me tell you something
Why
right
they
now.
call?
On that night,
Hold on,
on that
goofball.
night,
Hold on, goofball.
no.
Hold on, goofball. Why is Mexican versus black called the green print if I'm not okay? Jackass.
Listen,
Oh, he
Answer that
beat you.
question.
listen.
He
Check
got you
this
round
out,
No,
one.
right?
I don't
answer
know
the
why you don't.
question.
No,
I don't know
hold
why
up,
you don't
Answer the
agree.
question.
Hold on. No. Hold on. You got. You might not know where I'm coming from then, because I'm trying to tell you something. Floyd took on the best of the best Mexican fighters in their prime. If not, he fought young Saul Canelo Alvarez that came into that fight with over 33 professional fights and was a world
I'll go
champion.
again, Ness.
Mayweather was
I got
36
15 for
years
you.
old. He was 36 years old. For him to go out and to do that, bro, and then pass the torch to him. Since that time,
Why?
off of a
Can I ask you
loss,
something, brother?
Saul
Why did
Canelo
he?
Alvarez built a
Why did he?
career
Let me ask
of
you a
getting his
question.
ass
I hear
whooped
you. I hear
from
you.
Floyd.
I hear
What are
you.
you talking about?
Why did he? Why did he make it a habit to fight the best Mexican fighter and not just the best fighter in general? Why did he follow the quote unquote green print?
Okay. I don't know if you know, boxing is a business disguised as a sport. Mayweather
So what
fights
the
in
fuck
Las
are you?
Vegas.
What the fuck are you
Money
arguing
fights.
with me about? Then
They
you're
have a
proving my
big
point.
viewing audience. They have a big viewing audience. Yes, but
So what the
you
fuck
got
are
to
you
admit,
arguing with me
Mayweather
about? You're
fought
proving
the
my
top
point.
guys, but Mayweather fought the top guys in his prime. The only thing you're
Who
talking
said he
about, he was
didn't?
boring. He's probably been in like 5 fights that he did a little bit too much running throughout the 50 fights he has in his career.
And I agree. And those were probably his last 5 fights, but yet and still he still sold 1 million buys. And we knew he wasn't
So
gonna get
how
a
was he
knockout.
boring?
We knew he
So how was he
can
boring?
I finish?
You
I'm
don't
about
get
to
his
tell you.
argument. You guys
His
just let him talk. Cause
outside,
you don't either you don't get it or you don't agree, but
his
y'all can't
outside
talk
of the
over each
ring,
other.
His outside of the ring
Yeah, but
antics
the
made
thing
him
is, bro,
popular.
whether you think it was boring, I didn't think Floyd was necessarily boring outside of 2 fights, but a lot of people did think it was boring. Boring. Even supporters of Floyd thought he was boring. But he played into the black versus Mexican tribalism, and he got us all riled up, and we were just happy to say our guy won. We gonna pay to watch our guy beat the other guy. He played on the tribalism of the sport, and I get that point to say that's kind of what Wilder did. Wilder
I
played on
saw
our
it.
tribalism. There was a guy in the UK named AJ who was
Yeah.
kicking ass, and we had a guy over here in Deontay Wilder who we knew was flawed, who we knew wasn't very good, who we knew record was kind of padded. But because we wanted to have a rival with UK fans and we couldn't just let them have their guy, we supported our guy. We knew Wilder was never really that great, bro. But he was the American champion, and we had to root for him because the UK had a champion. And that's what go and let you know back in the day, it was big on this show. It was a million UK callers calling in talking shit, and American fans would call in and talk shit. And Wilder played into that tribalism. Did we think Wilder was really that great of a fighter even when he was had 10 title defenses? Absolutely not. But he
Well, I
played into
mean,
Yeah,
that tribalism.
yeah,
It was a genius
yeah,
nah.
marketing ploy.
you keep
But
throwing
hold
that
on,
word
hold
around
on, hold
tribalism with
on.
Floyd and everything, and I think it was different. I think they were paying to see at that point in Floyd's career, they were trying to pay to see him lose. They wanted to see him lose. I always viewed
There was
it
a lot
that
of
they
that
threw.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Why would
always
black
viewed it.
fight
They threw
fans?
the
Why
best
would black fans of
competition.
his pay to see? Why would we as black fans and supporters want to see him lose? You're probably right about the Mexicans wanting to see him lose.
Okay, of
You
course,
got a
and a lot of
But
other
you got a
people.
Wilder,
portion of
guys,
the you got a portion of the Mexican fans that's coming to pay to see him lose, and you had us that just wanted to
but
see him win by any means, so
guys,
we could say our guy won.
Wilder had
Oh, of
one
course,
thing that these other guys didn't have. Wilder had the
So what?
golden ticket, which was those knockouts. So people
right.
didn't. It wasn't just tribalism. People wanted to see those knockouts with him. That was a
Yeah, but
big reason why people
everybody
watched him.
wanted to see
Yeah,
Mayweather lose
yeah,
against
yeah.
Pacquiao,
Yeah, they wanted to see the
and
knockouts.
that's a
They wanted
Filipino
to see the
fighter. That has
knockouts,
nothing
bro.
to.
But a lot of, like I said, a lot of it was the fact that I don't think you guys realize the rivalry between fans. We weren't
No,
about
no,
to
no.
have
I
a
get it.
motherfucker in the
Me.
UK kicking ass and we not support our guy over here. Did you
Yeah,
not
there was that
listen to
too.
the YouTube boxing community back then?
No, no,
That
no,
was
no,
the
brother. No, 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 no. I think you're misunderstanding what American fan is. We're American. We're hard to impress. We quickly move on. We swipe left so fast. I think you think that everybody has to have loyalty. Now, the way things move in this world and in this day and age, come on, you're
no, you
not going to
tripping,
get
bro.
like those
You
hardcores
tripping,
like
bro.
that to stick
I think
around.
y'all
You
both
tripping,
right,
bro.
Brandon.
Yeah,
I think y'all both right because you
you
know that I had a hard time defending Wilder here. People would hate; they just love to hate Wilder, and you can't act like every American was saying, was defending Wilder. There's plenty of Americans calling Wilder a bum, saying he never fought nobody. You know this shit. You
He's
acting
never,
like
but he
you
never.
acting
But
like
that's
you
my
acting like
point.
you acting like
We
all we had
overlooked.
here was
But that
America
wasn't the
versus
majority. Ness,
UK.
come on, you know this show was big time pro Wilder.
I know, but
We
what
knew
I'm
that,
saying
but we
is
knew the nigga wasn't good then.
all
We
I'm
knew the nigga,
saying, my
but
brother, is that there was Americans that didn't rock with
a few,
Wilder.
a few. It
Bro,
was a few.
a
It
few.
wasn't a large conglomerate.
Come on, they would
It was a
call
large.
in.
And there was fans that he
Brother,
lost after losing multiple
yes.
times to Tyson Fury.
Ness, ask
But there's
anybody that
also
used to be
fans
on
in
the
the
back
game.
call. I would get crucified for being honest about Wilder. I would say the nigga ain't that good. I get rep your man because he's going against the UK. But I was like the only one back there being honest. I knew this nigga wasn't good. We knew he wasn't that good. It was anybody can knock out a Spilka and a Molina
No,
and them type cats.
Not anybody can knock out 42 of the first people they ever fought at
That's
the
what I'm talking
championship
about,
level.
Marcos.
Yeah,
Come on,
nah.
man.
Nah, not anybody could do
Brother,
that.
can
Come
anybody can't do it?
on. Give him a.
No. Do you know
Okay.
how hard it is
Anybody
to not?
But
Do you know how hard it is to
wait.
knock out
you don't
Yo,
watch
yo,
enough
yo, yo,
boxing
you know
then.
what?
You don't watch enough
But what you're
boxing.
saying though, right? When you look over what he did on his record, when you laid out the numbers, you're gonna look back and say, "Damn, a man with that kind of skills, the skills that I criticized him, he was able to do that." So why you never became a
Brother.
boxer? Look what you could have done.
He fell
What
off.
you say? I had a call come in. What you say, brother?
Anyway,
just
now go
basically
ahead.
said
Finish
it's
your
real
thought.
hard to knock everybody out. That's basically what he said. Very hard.
Brother, I can look up club fighters. You got guys from New York like Ty
No, at
Fields,
the
who has
championship
fucking
level, he
90
was a
some
world
percent.
champion.
He was,
He was a world
brother,
champion.
that's the point. Brother, you fighting Eric Molinas and Arthur Spilkas. Quit acting like
It's
these were
still
world beaters.
hard. It's
These
still.
guys would
I'm
be
not.
driving. These guys would be driving cabs in New York City in the Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis
And
era. Stop that.
look at the house.
Motherfucker be
Look at
working for
the guy
Amazon. He
now.
was a product of. He was also a product of a fucking heavyweight division that wasn't as loaded back then. Won't be no
Look,
Brazilians in the
look.
90s.
You
Come on,
might have
you
point.
think Brazilian
You
could
might
compete
have
against the
points.
Tyson and Lennox era in the 90s, bro? Let's be real.
Listen to me. You have points there. You definitely do, but it's still tremendously difficult to do what he did, and admirable, and he's one of the only fighters to do it. Simple and plain.
Yeah,
it's not his
bought
fault.
a
like I
nice
said,
big house.
they did a good job of padding the record, bro. They did a good job of padding the record. Look at the record. Who's his best win? Let's just be honest.
So you're mad that he was successful?
He
with
fought
those
everybody in
skills?
front of him. It's not his fault. Is it
I
his
ain't mad
fault that he's
about
not
shit.
I think he did phenomenal with that skill level and what you're talking. Man, listen, I gotta
Hey,
commend
Nash,
the man.
your cash app back up, or I got to sell it.
Nah, Zell.
Oh man, make me log into my bank account. All right, brother. Take.
All right.
We got round one. You feel like you got? I think you got a win over him, bro. I think you got a win over Brandon.
Yeah, you got the dub.
When you hit him with the Rolly Ryan, because I get his counter that the Pacquiao fight is a voluntary, so he got you there, but you still semi-right. A name got an opportunity at a title. Yeah, it's semantics to argue that we were talking about vacant titles only because you said the titles would get dispersed.
Right.
But I think that the Ryan and Rolly, debate, you got him because that was a good argument. Rolly and Ryan got a title shot without being ranked out of nowhere.
Right. Nowhere.
Yep. Nano, member for 16 months on the prospect level. Like the saying goes, his biggest opponent's himself. Tevis Smith back with another $10. Drop a bomb for the dub. And he's pound for pound number 2 on the chat. He says, take Usyk and Parker out, and Wilder has enough tools to beat any heavyweight because footwork and fast hands has been his kryptonite. Yeah, well, Andy, don't forget to take Andy Ruiz out, too. I think Andy will beat the shit out of Wilder right now. Andy Ruiz will batter Wilder because that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying bring in Richard George, because the fast hands and the looping shots around that stupid guard that he doesn't. He's not here with it. His gloves are not on his face. His gloves are like all over the place, and that's why he gets hit.
Wilder his power is at the very end of his shot. So if you get up in his chest, you neutralize his power. And Ruiz,
he still can't fight on the inside, bro. I seen him doing the weirdest wrestling with Herndon. I mean, look, there's a lot of work to do. Giza channel $5. Hey, Marco, no S. When's the best time to come to your comedy club? I'll be in New York City in 2 weeks. Shout out TBV. Can someone please tell Andre that flag is the Cape Verdean flag? Get to Mbili. Frenchman, Cambodian flag.
I am selling it, so you better come soon.
Yeah, but when can he come? When is it open?
He can come in.
What's the time?
7 days a week. Every night you can go. Anytime you want.
Night meaning?
8 p.m. shows.
Eastern?
8 p.m. Eastern or 9:30 Eastern. Yep. Anytime.
That's dope, man. I wish there was something like that over here. They got the Laugh Factory, and I think they're redoing it because they shut down the casino and they selling the Laugh Factory to a new casino, so they haven't found a home. But I haven't found like a 24, 7-day-a-week comedy spot. Might have to do a deeper, darker search for that.
They do that in New York. It's more common to have them 7 days, but other parts of the country, they don't. It's usually just weekends.
I mean, you figure here in Vegas, you need a show every day. Yeah. I feel like every week I'm asking my wife, like, any new shows? Any new shows? Not that I want to do shows, but I do want to do shows, But I'm not into those shows. Please don't go see Blue Man. Remember, I tried to save you if you go see Blue Man.
The Blue Man Group?
No. Yes. Horrible.
It was whack.
Super.
Boy,
But
they just
it's
beat
not
him.
my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. If you into that shit, enjoy it. I think that's for little children.
Boy, they just beat on drums with water in them.
Garbage.
He said garbage. He don't even want to talk about it.
Devil's Advocate, $5, pound for pound number 1 in the chat. Drop a bomb for the pound for pound. He says Mozzie's first one. Mozzie's first one. So I'm assuming he means.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Breakfast Club of Boxing as GTO. Instagram. We just started. It's the passion, man. And we're here to talk about the big fight. Super duper, big fight. We are live and taking phone calls.
Boxing Voice. Hey yo, Ness, roll up the Hardin. I just landed at Reed, I'm trying party. Roll up. Shout out to I mean. We rolling permanent marker. Be careful, this jab will stain you like a permanent marker. Size them up, then back them down. Van the Holy posture. All these other shows frauds. We the real, they imposters. We got like 2 phones lit. I'm on my 2-tone ish. Let's drop the line up. We got Bill Haney on the list. Whether it's X or Discord, hit the line. The floor is yours. You ain't feeling my opinion? We can meet at Border Wars. Throw you straight and I'ma slip. Throw my straight, you know it's lit. I take this rollie off my wrist and throw some gloves on this. I throw some gloves on this and turn the money made. Hit the subscribe button, it's free and you can join the day and hit that champ level. Appreciate it. We live every day, twice a day. We stay dedicated. This the Boxing Voice. No better way to start your day. If it's hot, we got the drop, and that's each and every day. Whether you on the West Coast. Today we stay dedicated. This the Boxing Voice. No better way to start your day. If it's hot, we got the drop, and that's each and every day. Whether you on the West Coast or the East, press play. 6 a.m. or 9 a.m., we'll get you through your day. This the Boxing Voice. No better way to start your day. If it's hot, we got the drop, and that's each and every day. Whether you on the West Coast or the East, press play. They tuning in from New York all the way to the UK.
DJ Double D says $2.
This is just too easy. It's like taking candy from a baby.
DJ Double D with the $2 says, now you can't leave. Capiche emoji. We got Jonathan Sins with the $10. Pound for pound number 3 in the chat. Salute. And he says, $10 towards Brandon's tab. I got 2-1 for round 1 in the debate. Also, UK had tribalism for AJ, so he got you 2-1. He got you 2-1, so you won 2 rounds to 1 versus Brandon in his eyes. See, Brandon, you're losing, buddy. You're losing. DJ Double D, $5, round 1. The way you confront every caller and be smacking them in the face with facts is golden. Uh-oh. Oh, he put the belt on. He put the belt on. He said, laughing out loud emoji, hashtag Gordon Ramsay of TBV. Flex emoji, cooking emoji, hands clapping emoji. Giza channel, $2. What's the club name? Cameroonian flag. What's the club name? What club? What club? What are we talking about? Flex emoji, 100 emoji. I don't know what he's talking about. And Adrian says, run that Mozzie back. We can't do it back to back to back. We got to get to some callers, mix in some words. We got Jorge, Mexico.
¿Qué pasa?
Jorge, you got to unmute.
Yo, what up, Ness?
What up?
What's going on, homie?
What it do? What it do?
How's the weekend?
All good so far, man.
Good show, man. I was thinking the same thing about Wilder, bro. He is a good fighter, but like the other caller said, I think Andy Ruiz would fuck him up right now. Like in this.
Hell yeah.
Andy Ruiz is fast. Wilder's got a weak chin. He needs to work on his legs. He is a good fighter. He's an exciting fighter, but I just don't think he's like a boxer. I don't know. He's really good. He's an exciting fighter, like I said. But what do you think about today, Zurdo and Porticos or whatever his name is?
I'm riding with the champ.
You think so?
Hope so.
Fuck yeah. What about Jake Paul and Chavez? Chavez got fucking. You saw that when he got hit in the head with the shirt, and then he tried to throw it back, and that was pretty cool, man. That was
If Chavez comes in focused, man, I think he could win. But
Are you kidding me? I'm picking Jake.
That's a big
gonna
if,
be
though.
pissed. He's pissed off about that. He's gonna come and try to knock his ass out. But that's what I think he's gonna throw him off. What up, Marco? I forgot you were there.
What up?
What's going on, man?
Chilling.
How you been, bro?
Jake all day.
We're doing good. We're doing good, man. Who you going for, Jake or Chavez?
I just don't like Jake. I'm going for Chavez, but I just because he's Mexican, you know, because I also don't really like Chavez. But I'm going for Chavez. I hope he fucking he beats Jake's ass, dude. I hope he knocks his ass out, dude. I mean, Jake is a really good
Canelo's
promoter.
going
I
for
think
him.
The problem is Chavez fought.
Well,
Chavez.
who's Canelo going for?
Chavez.
Okay.
But the problem is Chavez at the
'cause he's
highest weight was
Mexican,
175, right? And they're fighting
Yeah,
at cruiser,
Chavez-
so he's a smaller guy.
Chavez is a big dude. Chavez, I mean, not a big dude, but he's like beefy, dude. He just looked pissed, man. He just looked pissed, and I don't know. I think Jake is gonna lose. I hope he loses. Oh, he looks big. Jake looks fucking huge, man. He looks like he belongs up there with Zurdo, dude.
He's a cruiserweight.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Jake is huge, man. And I bet Zurdo would knock his ass out too, man. Zurdo seems kind of like I don't know. He doesn't seem like the greatest fighter to me, but he is a good fighter, man. And he is also Mexican, but he is a good fighter. Richard Torres should be up there, man. Richard Torres is the greatest. I think he's great, man. I think he's a good fighter. He's going far. Kid likes boxing. He loves boxing. I think that kid's gonna be good. He's gonna go far, man. And who else is fighting tonight? It's
Floyd Schofield, Tevin Farmer.
Floyd Schofield, Tevin Farmer. I think Tevin Farmer's gonna take it, man. I think Farmer's gonna take this fight. But anyways, that's my call, bro. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Are you going live tonight?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll hit you guys up tonight, man.
All right.
Take it easy,
Peace.
Marcos.
Peace out, my man.
All right.
Counter. Brandon.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, round one. I'm back. I'm turn the radio down. Yeah, round one. First of all, all you people
doing?
saying that round one cooked me, he changed the whole point. Whole point
no,
of
I
my
didn't.
call is in regards to training, there's no trainer that can fix Wilder to the point he could be the top 10 name. Round one said you don't think he can get finessed into a spot to where he can fight for a vacant title. My point is, will he win that title fight that he gets finessed into? So I'm not questioning whether or not the fucking sanctioning bodies will put him in a position to fight for a vacant if a fight somehow becomes vacant.
Okay.
I'm telling you, there's no trainer that can get him good enough to win
Okay.
that fight.
On both your points.
Hold on, brother.
All right.
He's no longer under the tutelage of PVC and Al Heyman. We just seen him fighting on BLK Prime in a fucking Born in Kansas City. How he's gonna get in a title fight without the connection of Al Heyman? You tell me. But go ahead.
He got Shelly Finkel.
Okay. Yes. And look,
Cut out
because
Shelly.
you
They gotta
come
fight.
up,
Hold
because you
on,
come up.
round one. Hold on. They got to fight in South Korea next, and they already put AJ's name out for the next fight. But that's not what I want. I want more.
Okay. Just because you come up here
None
and
of
you
those are title
discredit the
shots,
ability
but
of a coach being able to coach him to a championship fight, you can't just say that. You never know if there's a coach out there that can do exactly that. And your other point is that you're saying that he gets to a championship fight and all of a sudden he has to lose this fight. He has a chance of winning the fight, just he has a chance of losing it. So I can come on and say, yo, he can easily get himself and put himself in a position to become a world champion again, just like you say that he has no probability of winning it. You have no proof to that. You have no
I do have
nothing
proof.
that
You
you're
want to know I
saying.
have proof?
No.
You want to know
You're
what proof I have? You
discrediting
want to know
him.
what proof I have?
No,
I'm gonna tell you the proof
he's
I
got
have.
the last fights are an
You want
indicator.
you want to know how I have proof? He had Mark Breland, one of the greatest amateurs and a former world champion. 40 fights, couldn't fix him. He got Malik Scott. Went 1-4 with Malik Scott. Malik Scott's doing wonders with Zerdo. So why can't Malik Scott do so well with Zerdo? And we got this nigga doing spin moves and dodging fucking beach balls and shit in training camp.
All right. You ever look at a fighter? You ever look at a fighter and you say, wow, from his last fight, he hasn't improved. So you can clearly see that Deontay Wilder is on a Deontay Wilder time. Okay. And that's due in part to himself, his fault. But to just mark him off and say he can't learn,
And you're
saying
gonna assume that a Barry Hunter or a Cam
am I going to
Porter
assume?
can come
Wait,
in and
you like
change
to
a
leave things?
40-year-old man?
Hell yeah.
A 40-year-old man worth $100 million. You think he really prepared to listen? If he wanted to listen, he would have went to them by now. He's got the budget to pay him. No, he wants it to be nice and simple where he can be working on spin moves and dodging fucking beach balls, getting hit upside the head. Have you seen that video now? Of this nigga trying to dodge a
What you're
tennis ball
finding
or
him
shit?
guilty, what you're finding him guilty today is for yesterday's score. Because according to what happened last night, he's on a win.
Let's go
he's
round
on a
one.
win. So he's going in the right direction.
Again, you have a trouble comprehending? Did you
No,
not hear my
you
first
do.
call, brother? You have a trouble. I said if you want to continue to enjoy watching Wilder win, continue to fight him on this level of opposition. Guys will get knocked out by prospects.
Do you know what rebuild is, right? You know what
There's no
rebuild means. He's
rebuilding
not
him.
here
That's
for the
my
money.
fucking
He's
point, bro.
obviously trying to work his way back up.
You wasting your
What
other
shit
one?
I'm talking about.
You
Yeah, I'm about to use the other one. That's my point. Yeah, I was going to use it. That's my point, nigga. There's no rebuilding this nigga. He's working on
There
spin
is
moves
none.
in
Oh
training
my
camp.
God. Okay.
If you enjoy watching Wilder fight,
okay,
leave him on this level. But if you
Tell
think
that to
there's a
the
trainer out there that can rebuild him, you're wrong. That's my fucking point. You wish it on a matter of fact. Okay, are you a betting man?
My brother. This turn.
Round one, don't cut him off because you're making him yell way too much. Don't cut him off. Just let him give it his time.
Are you a betting man round one? Yes or no?
No.
Oh shit.
Oh, I didn't think so. I was to say the next top 15 opponent, they put Wilder in there, he's going to sleep. Are you willing to bet that, Mr. Rebuild?
Ooh.
Okay, look at, check this out. Apparently, hold on. Let me answer your question. Let me allow. Look. There's something I have no measuring.
He got you on the ropes.
Look. There's something I don't have a measuring stick for. That's a man's will. How far he's willing to go. Is he actually serious this time? Amongst other times,
bro. No one drops to this level if they not serious.
If you don't know, you don't know if he's serious or not, why the fuck you sitting here even debating in his honor if you still question the seriousness of whether or not he's focused?
That's not what I said.
Your whole argument.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Wait a minute. That's not what I said. You took half of what I said and tried to pin it to me.
Bro. They said stop.
All right, look, my brother. Look, all I'm saying is you can't just come up here and quickly write Deontay Wilder off when he got that kind of right hand right there. As long as I got that and I got a little bit to work with, I think people could. It's just Deontay's commitment to boxing. It's his commitment is what you're talking about.
What was that right hand against Joseph Parker and Big Bang, sir?
There has been great athletes that got old, just like the Patriots gave up on Tom Brady.
Behind his back against Joseph Parker.
He goes to Tampa Bay and wins the Super Bowl, becomes a champion. You can't never just write off a champion.
Are we switching sports now? That's what we doing to win arguments.
I'm talking about a man's heart, a testament to a man's will that no, I'm a champion. I've been at this level. I can get there again. You can't always just exclude that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
You're
saying. Yo,
diminishing
I gotta mitigate this
the
argument
man
here.
with no proof.
Champ, I gotta mitigate this argument. You're going.
This is crazy. You're wishing off a star. I'm going off of revisionist history, sir.
Yeah,
he's going. I'm going off the latest win.
I'm going off what I see.
Let's get
But
that
but round one, you can't do that because the latest win is a gimme. It's not a top 10. His argument is
I know.
No, you can't say you know and then say what you said. His argument is that the guy. Hold on. His argument is that Wilder cannot be a top 10, all right? Let me pull that up so you know what the hell we talking about, because y'all yelling and just yelling.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, you keep talking about this Coach Mickey Rocky 5. Get up,
not
you
yet.
son
You
of a
can't
bitch.
be the top 10 yet.
All that
not yet.
stupid shit.
Look. Top 10, F.A. Ajagba. Wilder can't beat him. Bacoli, Wilder gets stopped. Zhang already stopped him. Fabio kills him. Philip Hergovich murders him. AJ, we don't know. He just was knocked out. We don't even know. Adjit Cababel, he breaks him down to the body like he's done everybody else. Joseph Parker already beat him. Daniel Dubois probably murders him. Tyson already killed him. I mean, you gotta chill.
So ring one. What type of trainer is gonna bring the will out of him? To get him to beat those guys.
But
you
let's
tell
be
me,
real.
But
let's be real. But let's be real.
I never said that.
Hold on. Let me say this. You wanna know what's crazy? You wanna know what's crazy?
Jesus Christ.
You wanna know what's crazy? Even
you gotta lower your voice. Your shit is coming in so loud.
Hold on, Ness. Let me say this. Even at his height, when he was his greatest, he never beat a caliber of fighter of the ones you just named. So now we expect him to do it at 40.
That's not true.
Name a better win that he has than those guys you just named.
Luis Ortiz is a better fighter than F.A. Ajagba, and he got
And
better
who?
win.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I get Luis Ortiz and F.A. are debatable.
I think there's a middle ground.
And guess what else? I gotta let you go. That was all both your comments. But
all right, brother.
But I do believe that based off that top 10, he's got two opportunities. Those belts go vacant. He can win a fight over F.A. and he can win a fight over Fabio. I believe Fabio can beat him, but watching Fabio lose every single round his last fight, but plus before that fight, he knocked out Clark, but before he knocked out Clark, he lost almost every single round to fucking Frazier Clark. So obviously, those are better boxers than Wilder, but it's clear that Wardley lacks the elite level defense, and he does have. Hold on, he does have crippling power, but on that list, he doesn't have the amateur background of AJ, the amateur background of Cababel or Hergovich. Yeah. He don't got the power of Dubois. Like he got power, but not of Dubois. So those are the two weakest links. I hate to say it, the weakest links.
You got to look at the history of what happened with Wilder. Wilder was great, and then he went through a severe deterioration. Yeah. Now, history shows that it's very unlikely at almost 40 he'll come back from that. It doesn't matter the win. Right. It looked like it's done.
Right. Okay. First of all, right. He thinks he's slick. He doubled back and then made it about the 10 fighters ahead, and then said
that was always the argument. That was always that's why he said it was always the argument.
Okay, wait.
That Wilder's not gonna be the top 10. You didn't listen to his call from the beginning. All right. No, you gotta listen because you didn't listen to his call, and I hate when y'all don't do that. Y'all talk over each other. Y'all wasting my time. The man clearly said, for you Wilder fans, if you want to have him keep winning, keep him at this level. There is no world-class trainer that's going to take Wilder to be the top 10. That's the basis of his call, and that's literally his words. So whatever you're about to say, make sure you know that, because you already started wrong saying he changed the argument. He never did.
All right. My initial argument with him is when he said he has no opportunity, and I created the opportunity and said if Usyk wins the belts and he retires and the belts were vacated, he can have an opportunity.
Own words, brother. You're using opportunity. He didn't say he don't got an opportunity. He said he can't be the top 10. He said no trainer in the world is going to make Wilder be the top 10. You made it about opportunity. You made it about Usyk losing the belts. You did that.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. That was in the beginning of it, and then he came out and said the top 10. But I never argued the fact that Wilder could beat these top 10 guys. Like now, my argument was let him rebuild. He worked on a couple things. He didn't look amazing, but I never said that Wilder
but that's
needs
what
to
he's
fight.
telling you, my brother.
Yes, I know that. And I know that.
If you want to see him win, keep him at this level. Do not let him fight a top 10 F.A. Ajagba is his argument.
Right. And then I said that maybe just something could fall on your lap. And what if, and he said, you know what? He's not going to win that fight. And I said, wait a minute, who are you to say he doesn't have the ability to win that fight? I never argued that, yes, Deontay Wilder can just run in there up right now and beat all the top guys just, straight up to a title match. No, I never said that. But opportunity, I've seen things happen, and then that's where our argument was, and I brought up the points with Ryan and Garcia and this and that, just to show that opportunity does exist in boxing, and he does have a pretty big name.
Again, making it about opportunity. Lord have mercy. I get that's why I like you on the show. You and Tone refuse to lose. It's like I don't give a fuck if I'm wrong. I'm gonna go out with my shovel in my hand and dig a hole deep enough to bury my body.
Damn.
No, I get what he was saying, that he's not on that level yet, but we none of us ever said that. You never said that. I never said that.
No, we're saying that. If we're saying, my God, you are stubborn, old man. We are saying the opposite of him because we are saying that he could win a world title. What in the fuck is wrong with this guy?
So wait, so you're saying that he could still win a world title round one?
I'm saying if he keeps following my game
this is what I'm saying. If he gets like, let's say, 4, 5, 6 more fights,
he's 40.
He's getting bet, and we it's okay.
He's not, this is another one. How old, fucking historian? How old was George Foreman when he beat Michael Moore?
Right, but there's
so he got
to the rule.
time. There's not exceptions
to the rule.
No,
but when you
he had 10
the
years.
way he did. When you deteriorate the way he did.
He looked big as hell in the ring last night.
All right, he deteriorated, Marco. That's exactly why we're taking our time. And guess what? If we're going off of Foreman, who was at 45 years old and Wilder's 39, we got fucking 6 years to win a world title.
Sure.
All right, so slow down.
It's unlikely, but it's possible.
Again, that's what I want to do. It's not going to say that Shelly Finkel and Wilder are going to take their sweet time. I believe he needs to take his sweet time. He's wilding. Anything faster than he's crazy. Let me run that song back for Mozzie from Adrian, who paid the $5.
Yeah, his legs are still skinny as shit.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, bro, and he was wearing the things, the leggings. It was making it look worse with the leggings.
It looked like one of those party favors at a birthday. Oh.
Crazy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Breakfast Club of Boxing as GTO. Instagram, you just love it. It's the passion, man. And we're here to talk about the big fight. Super duper, big fight. We are live and taking phone calls.
Boxing Voice. Hey yo, Ness, roll up the Hardin. I just landed at Reed, I'm trying party. Roll up. Shout out to I mean. We rollin' permanent marker. Be careful, this jabber stain you like a permanent marker. Size them up, then back them down. Vander Holyfield posture. All these other shows frauds. We the real, they imposters. We got like 2 phones lit. I'm on my 2-tone-ish. Ness drop the line up. We got Bill Haney on the list. Whether it's X or Discord, hit the line, the floor is yours. You ain't feeling my opinion? We can meet at Border Wars. Throw you straight and I'ma slip. Throw my straight, you know it's lit. I take this rollie off my wrist and throw some gloves on this. I throw some gloves on this and turn the money made. Hit the subscribe button, it's free and you can join the day. And hit that champ level. Appreciate it. We live every day, twice a day, we stay dedicated. This the boxing voice, no better way to start your day. If it's hot, we got the drop, and that's each and every day. Whether you on the West Coast or the East, press play. 6 a.m. or 9 a.m., we'll get you through your day. This the boxing voice, no better way to start your day. If it's hot, we got the drop, and that's each and every day. Whether you on the West Coast or the East, press play. They tuning in from New York all the way to the UK.
That's Mozzie, right? That shit is filthy. That kid, he can rap.
This is just too easy. It's like taking candy from a baby.
Yo, Mozzie, let's collab, man. I need you to help me. Give me that flow.
Starks.
Give me that flow.
We hear you.
Wilder's record is crazy, bro. 44
I was very
fights,
impressed
43 knockouts.
with Wilder. If everyone's still talking. But yeah.
Nah, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought he showed a good punch selection. Good variety. I was happy to see his balance is halfway back. Yeah, I thought it was good compared to his last fights. I think you guys are way too harsh on.
Not you guys, Wilder. You mean the callers.
Yeah, I'm the majority who I've been listening to.
I thought he looked good. I thought he looked good.
He's good. His balance is back. He's throwing punches. That's what I was happy to see. Him just throwing punches. But yeah, he's got to work on his inside game though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was happy. I was happy with what I saw. But one thing I disagree with your 10 fight Bump of the Month thing.
Why?
Wilder hasn't got time for that.
Of course he does.
The reason why is because let me explain. You compare him to like Foreman and Joe Louis and Pac. Those guys had fundamentals. But Wilder doesn't have those fundamentals.
Yeah, but that's more reason to slow down.
Let me finish. Let me finish. As you get older, his cardiovascular is gonna deteriorate. He already relies on his athleticism. That's gonna deteriorate the longer he leaves it. I'm 38 myself, so I can see the decline in my cardio. So after a while, when you don't have those fundamentals,
you gotta let me debate you here, bro. George Foreman was fucking fat.
He might end up like Roy Jones.
What movement was George giving us at 45 with a beer belly? What movement?
No. He had fundamentals. He had jab. He had
and that's why we could take our time to get those
George
fundamentals.
Foreman's
He's 39. Foreman won that belt at 45. Pacquiao's fighting for a belt at 46. You guys are the one
but
rushing.
Wilder doesn't have fundamentals. Like, I'm a Wilder fan. I'm not against Wilder, but I think he's got to go for it now. 2 fights, or he's going to end up hurt.
No need to
he's
go
gonna
for
end up
it.
hurt.
That's
he's going to end up hurt. If you imagine him boxing at 42 with his legs.
And
like
Foreman never looked
that
bad.
He
never fell down to that level.
But yeah, he's. What about Johnny Rice?
Hell no. Did you see what Johnny Rice did to Guido Viginella? Broke his face.
When that 2 years ago or something.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Yeah, he's a bouncer right now. But again, Wilder is Jeremiah Milton, Kingsley eBay, Stanley Wright, Skylar Lacey. That's what we need next.
Yeah, okay. Another thing, what about how would you rate that trainer's performance, Don House? You guys just like overlooking him.
I want Ken
Porter. What was he saying in the corner?
I don't watch the fights with audio, and I need Ken Porter in the corner. There's still mistakes. I still see a lot of mistakes. He's still pulling back, straight line, chin in the air.
Yeah, but
it's just a lot. It's a lot. The defense isn't
there. But that guy's got him throwing punches again, though.
Hey,
no,
man.
But it's about mentality. That guy's got him throwing punches.
But how much of it is the trainer, or how much is it you, the fighter, knowing across from you isn't former world champion Joe Parker, isn't fucking Tyson Fury, the Nightmare, isn't Big Bang Zhang, the big punch. You know what I'm saying? Like, mentally, he's more confident because it's not those guys.
You may feel like it's your time.
Yeah, there's one thing. I stand corrected, yeah. Ricky Burns ain't an elite fighter. I checked on AI.
I told you that. But you the man.
Yeah, I checked that. He's not
salute,
elite,
bruv. Salute. We got Majid.
Yo, what up, man?
What up?
Shit, everybody need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members of Patreon for something. Alright, so what we saw yesterday was somebody that clearly need to work on their craft and figure out what their new fighting style is because it's not the same dude. So I agree that, do like the Joseph Parker did and try to get 4 fights and figure out what the hell this new fighting style gonna be. But hey Ness, this the thing, like when people be saying that people motor skills and all that shit going, they be quick to say somebody think they a doctor and it's like they looking at the shit and they can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all for this dude going and trying to build back to some shit instead of just jumping up there with the big dogs because we just seen them get clipped, do a spin, and then get hit and just drop. Like, you gotta let this nigga work on some shit. Like, these fans, they'll have you fucking box right to your cemetery talking about it's gonna be too late. If he get knocked out, next fight by a big name or take 3 fights and get knocked out, on that 4th one, what the fuck is the difference? The money? He said that he taking it the slow way. So these people, these fans, they ain't gonna never, like when he didn't have opportunities and get those fights or whatever, they didn't even think that he deserved it. They was playing on his money. You remember that shit?
Yep.
And then he got the fights and he started losing just like they wanted. And they said, see, I told you. So now when he ready to just take it, like, work on his craft, like they've been saying all his fucking career. Now they saying, nah, jump back in the fire. So I would respectfully like to say, fuck the fans. That's why you just got to do what you got to do. Devin Haney, take another fight and make sure you got your mechanics right. Because if you lose again or you lose as much as Wilder did, this how they going to treat you, bro. So treat your career right before anything. Because these niggas don't get no fucks about shit, but they sell. And then one more point, Ness. How many people that calling on this show do you think could even beat that dude Wilder fought yesterday? You see what I'm saying?
Very low percentage.
Most of these niggas won't last. They can't do it. They'll lose. They'll gas out. They'll quit. You know what I'm saying? But they got the most shit to say about these fighters. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. But that's all I got, bro.
All right. I got a couple super chats in. We're going to get to the next caller. Up first, the cloth different, $5. Yo, Ness, tell your boy Wilder to fight Makhmudov. He got a KO last night on the top rank card over your boy. What was his name? Ricardo Brown. Ricardo Brown made me lose my bookie money. I bet on the underdog. Shout out Ricardo. Devil's Advocate, #1 on that pound for pound list. Drop a bomb for the pound for pound. $2. Ref took 1 point round 1 for saying Deontay 4-2 Brandon. Back with another 2. Round 1. Deontay. Deontay.
Leave the man alone.
Adrian, $5. You can't rebuild the fighter who never had skills or technical abilities. All right, so then why y'all rushing? Everybody all of a sudden rushing. Leave that man alone. Then if we can't rebuild him, why are you worried about the way he's going about it? Exactly. Y'all need Wilder in the sport.
That's wild.
Devil's Advocate, he can't be the top 10, but can win a title? Ness, you smoking. He can't be the top 10 right now. If he goes through my 10 bum of the month, yeah, we're going to work on things. Then we could be the top 10. We could for sure, after Ness plan, be the Jagba. For sure. And we could do it in Nigeria off of Turkey al-Sheikh. We'll do it in Manila, right? What was it? No, Manila's Philippines. Where was the other one? Thriller no, Africa, right? Where was the one where Zaire, Rumble in the Jungle? That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's Zaire.
That's what I meant. Big F.A. Ajagba versus Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber in Zaire. Rumble in the Jungle 2. Would it be 3? Did they have the? Yeah, it would be 2. Pistol Parkway, Mozzie. Wait a minute. We got one lump sum. Wilder's so terrible, but it's great. Overachieved and accomplished a lot. His leggings were awesome, hilarious. Laughing my ass off, B. at the Jake Paul joint tonight. No. I thought that was laughing. That means I'm going to be at the Jake Paul joint tonight. Hey, salute to you. Pistol Bark with Mozzie, $5. Mozzie, Marco collab on the way. Send them beats in the community, TBV Records.
Yeah. Yeah.
Devil's Advocate back with another 2. My first pound for pound show. Hate it had to be when Ness was wrong. Hey, fam, I don't know what I'm wrong about. You know, I just want my mans to go the slow route. Let him rebuild. Let him rebuild. Lizzie, we got Earl Tonke.
What's up, Ness? You guys hear me?
Gotcha.
Shout out to Arslanbek, the real heavyweight yesterday that put a better performance than the other dude. I mean, at this point, I would love to see that fight.
I seen that fight, and I didn't even know if Ricardo Brown. Who looked worse last night, Ricardo Brown or Deontay Wilder?
Shit. Hey, give me that fight, bro.
Yeah, but
Arslanbek,
Ricardo Brown got put to
if
sleep.
Wilder can't beat Arslanbek.
We don't want Arslanbek right now. Why are you coming on here with that negative energy, bro?
Come on, bro. This is 2 fucking freaks that can't fight for shit. That got power. Who doesn't want to see a circus fight?
We're not ready for Arslanbek right now. Wilder got to work on his defense. That's why Ricardo Brown got knocked out. He didn't have defense at all.
Arslanbek
and you see Wilder out right now, bro.
You see, I mean, look, he rushed Ricardo and made him panic. You don't think fucking Wilder's gonna panic if Herndon made him panic? You just want to see him knocked out.
Yo, if he can't beat Arslanbek, then shit, this fucking 10-fight bum of the month thing, we gotta stop.
Hey, that's the point. That's the point. Arslanbek just won. You didn't watch the fight.
No, I'm saying he's lost before that.
Yeah, but it don't matter. He's on a win streak on a higher level than Wilder's win streak. Like Ricardo Brown was undefeated.
Yo, bro, I heard you guys say
Herndon had like 5 losses and was like a fucking cruiserweight.
Why not throw Richard Torres in there and build the American fighter?
Yeah, I said Richard Torres as a fucking sparring partner. You're just a hater.
Shout out to Wilder, though, bro. Shout out to Wilder. He's making y'all dream again. Bomb Squad.
That's right.
That was a horrible performance, though, bro.
You a hater.
It was.
It was
a good comeback fight for that man. Good comeback.
He looked good, especially considering how he looked before that.
Exactly. He hasn't looked this good in a long time.
Nah, he hasn't.
I thought he looked bad versus someone I'd never heard.
This is perfect for a celebration party. He ain't looked this good in a while.
To this day.
To this day.
To this day. To this day.
God damn.
We on our way back, baby. We on our way back. One fight at a time.
Now, I do want to see Arslanbek and Wilder, but I think Wilder can beat him because Arslanbek is like the bottom of the barrel, bro. That dude is.
He just knocked out an undefeated heavyweight, trained by a world-class trainer. You can't just, that's the problem with the heavyweight division, and that's the problem with the boxing fans. You don't understand what you're watching. It's a heavyweight division. One punch changes anything, and Arslanbek got power, always did.
Yeah, he could hit hard. Yeah. I was surprised he lost so early. I thought he was going to be a contender.
And he knows how to deliver his power. Wilder's forgotten how to, I didn't see a clean punch Wilder landed in that bitch. Shots going over the head. Like, y'all gotta let that man work, bro. His cobwebs.
What about Wilder versus what's that dude's name? The one that walked out of the ring because he didn't get paid?
Curtis Harper, too tough right now. You seen the fight he gave Richard
Get
Torres?
The fuck, yeah,
man,
damn.
Fuck you, man. Tell Richard Torres to rematch him. Fuck out of here.
Fuck.
Yeah, you think I don't watch boxing, bro? This guy's terrible. Richard Torres got a fake TKO in the 8th round. Tell him give Curtis Harper a fucking 12-rounder. See how Torres do.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. But we'll take Torres for sparring. We need that work. Because that's what's going to get him. He's too twitchy, bro. He's fucking nervous in there. I know exactly what that looks like because anytime I spar, I'm nervous than the motherfucker. If you do foot stomps, bitch, I'm like, oh, shit, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? And that's how Wilder look. Wilder look like, bro, fuck out of here. No, we ain't ready for none of that shit. Slow down. Play some Grand Poobah in the gym. Get Ken Porter in that bitch. Slow down. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no rush. Ain't no rush.
Yes.
What up, champ?
Man, what's up? Long time, man. I've been grinding. Who you got on the panel with you, man?
Marco, boxing, no S. Round 1, sports talk. He got his first win over Brandon.
My man Marco and my man Round 1, man. I like
What
both
up?
of y'all. I appreciate y'all, man.
What up? Thank you.
Ness, I agree with everything you say in terms of how you bring back Wilder. But the thing about it is, and I think everybody needs to remember this, you guys got to look at how Wilder got into boxing, okay? And what I mean by that is he got into boxing to pay for his little girl. So he steps into a sport just to make some quick money, and he finds out that he's talented. He's not, I don't know if everybody's seen, but I've seen Wilder dunk a basketball. He's a hell of an athlete. So imagine going through, you trying something for another cause, and you find out that you got this right hand from God. And so the time for him to be able to train and pick up that skill, well, I think that time has passed by because he was winning off of talent. And I can't blame him. It happens in all American sports whether it be football or basketball, it's kind of hard to train kids who are just naturally talented because, they just everything is so God given. It's like, why do I need to do anything else if I'm winning? But at the same time, I do like your approach, Ness. The fact of the matter is, can Wilder come back? Yes. Can Ken Porter? Yes. But it all comes down to Wilder. If he wants to make the necessary adjustments that he needs to make. If he goes with a trainer like a Ken Porter, who has that respect and who can humble Wilder, that's what he needs. He needs humility to change his game. Can he do it? Yes. Is it unlikely that he could do it? Yes, because of his age and because of his talent. But it comes down to his mindset. If he understands why he lost and why he fell off the heavyweight mountain, then of course he can. But he's got to humble himself and understand. And that's why I get what Ness is saying. The bum of the month works because it's like, okay, if you can really get a grip of what happened to you and why you fell off the way you did, you take these lower level fights, you build your confidence back. But what also has to take place in that time is him understanding that the way I got to the top was off of my talent. If I want to ever reach that level again, and I understand what Brandon is saying when he was arguing with Round 1, it's like it's highly unlikely that somebody does that. But it comes with humility. If he can grasp what he lacks, and if he takes the attitude that he can work on what he can do, what he needs to do to get better, then of course he can. But it's highly unlikely with somebody that has that kind of talent at this age. But I do agree with Ness. I understand why Ken Porter would be great because Ken Porter is my way of the highway, brother. And he does need that. He does need somebody that can stand on that and say, first of all, dude, this is why you fell off and this is my way. But it all comes down if he can humble himself. Appreciate you guys. And keep up the good work, man.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. If you're trying to call in, now is the time. We taking callers Discord and X Spaces available. Coyote Blanco, $2. All love, no words. Salute. We're going to be back at it for the Jake Paul live fight chat. I don't think I'm doing any of those prelim streams, but certainly going to be doing the Floyd Schofield, Julian Hammerhands, and Avis Griffin.
Hey, I'm hearing they're kicking off the card.
Who?
Schofield.
Yeah, kicking off the main pay-per-view.
The main card,
though.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
maybe. Crazy, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's somebody else that could be in front of them, but it is what it is. Listen, catch me at The Boxing Voice on Instagram, and catch me back here whatever time that fight starts. You know we going live. Guys, where can they find you?
Marco Boxing, all platforms, YouTube, TikTok, and IG.
Round 1 Sports Talk. You can find me on YouTube, IG, and Facebook, and Kick.
All right. Peace.
Peace.